Just a little
season.
one.
So, what's crazy is we actually started this series here on Lotus. Again, 0-1 for DRX, 1-2, I believe, for Loud as well. So this isn't necessarily, I guess, in terms of recent data, one that's comfortable on either side here.
Let's find out who finds that comfort first. Loud going to start on the defending side, DRX on the attack, and a lot to be proven for both of these sides.
Actually, a slow probe towards A, but very quickly DRX in a position here to potentially pressure towards 2Es on Mound. Does have a second teammate behind him, less shoulder in that same corner, but they're setting up for this here, Lauren.
Yeah, but also look at the progress on the other side of the map as well. 2Es is taking a lot of this strain here, has to finally rescind, fall away, see a little deeper towards C. He's got the cavalry on the way from A. But can they bear the brunt of DRX going towards his site? Yes, they can. Lex connects first, and a follow-up. He's still laying down the fire. DRX, a mold. 4 still standing for Loud, and it's going to be inevitable, surely.
And the flank comes through so quickly, but what a hold from Loud. On that seaside crunch, less standing strong.
Beautiful.
I'm curious if that's actually a trend that will continue, because the concern being here, RB's actually drifted ahead of the turret as well, so even if that was a successful hit, that flank was still coming, and it was 3 strong, Lauren.
This has to be an early identification from DRX to note that, right? They have to get on top of this. If Loud come out, all guns are blazing, DRX need to hit that form real fast themselves. Wait and see when that timeout may hit. Obviously not going to be this early, but if it is going to be that adjustment, does it come through early on? Rinse and repeat, at least towards the C site. Once again, 2Es posted up, got that Bulldog in hand, and DRX going to take their time. Again, you look at this purchase, it's just that Sheriff for RB.
I'm going to switch up being a Sadak, who's going to be reinforcing 2Es over here. Adjustment of the Killjoy utility towards B. Sees any actions. A couple of members of DRX creeping towards the site with the spike. Less primed to maybe clean up once again here.
There.
Could be fantastic ult progress for him, but again, he does only have that ghost, so it could be a little bit trickier. And the support system a little far away as well.
Some of the utility removed already as well, so he has to reposition. Create some resistance on the way in here for DRX.
Fortunately for him, Aspas does makes it over. Draws the attention, and there comes the blow. Swift enough, but it is mostly less farming up. This guy, nasty so far. Stacks with an opportunity, and a belting shot. Takes down Cowanty. He's got 40 seconds. He's got the spike, and he's got a 1v2.
77 HP, and the upgrade here to the SMG. A little bit of space, but Sadak, can he slip past?
Timing. Oh, he's going to go back. He wants a bit more. Stack's feeling ferocious. But he needs a plant. He needs that time on his side. He's found out how far away they are, so he's going to be able to judge this well enough. Plant going to come down. 9 seconds on the horn, so he's going to get that up soon enough, but the reposition is everything.
Be given a bit of space to work with here as well. Spectre could do wonders in these close quarters, Lauren.
It certainly could, but now opting for it. First bit of utility committed towards the site. The shot comes in as well. Sadak on the cross, but he's going to find a fair fight. Spots the gate, but he has to close in right now. Has to deny. Sadak, quick as lightning. Takes down Stacks, removes all the threat, keeps 2 standing. But that's certainly a message there. DRX sending a loud message through that.
Stacks with an opportunity to actually clutch that out. The timing just missing the first on the pass through. 2Es lucky to escape there. But Sadak with a beautiful adjustment.
But again, it starts with this, right? Les is
Another
really
3K for Les.
clean. That ult's on, knocking on the door now. That's going to be something lovely to keep in the pocket. There's the shot back from Sadak. Sharp today. And we look at the buy coming in here for Loud. Now Les going to reward himself. A little bit of a treat. Going to pocket the Vandal. Everyone else kind of sticking on a little less. That's perfectly fine. First buy going to come in for DRX in this bonus for Loud. Let's see what they can achieve with it. For DRX, you want this clean. Yes, some contested rounds, but it has to be more than that.
Big exchange of utility here, but nothing really garnered on either side. Loud will be able to restart after that. Actually, a preemptive rotation here. Expecting DRX to maybe thread the needle towards another site.
I love that Loud are matching this.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing the
very early
mirror
on
moves. Beautiful.
Sadak hasn't really had any information in terms of audio cues across this side of the map. But already 2 teammates ahead of this. Usually expecting a Viper in that situation just to slow down the hit a little bit.
Maybe a double tap coming back in. DRX seem a little unsure of that final destination, but
Swarm grenade.
allowing RB to work a touch further. Going to remove some of the util, force a little bit of Loud to commit. But this then falls towards 2Es. Does have a Bulldog. deciding off the back of just maybe a pixel out of place, he's going to fall back, invest the smoke, and call for some support.
30
Already
seconds
Cowanzine going to be
left.
the first to receive that call. Paint Shell, and this has to be commitment. 25 seconds, they've got to make a go of it towards C now. Tui's noted, Buzz gets away, fortunately, with his life there. And Loud going to respect this.
Yeah, retreating towards making sure they have an even 5v5 for this retake.
Planted.
Finally, Plant comes through. Not much in the form of utility. I mean, I'm seeing a Snakebite, a Prowler here for DRX. It's only tools that they have really to slow things down. Try and hold on to the site.
Yeah, but explosive retake could be deadly. Loud going to draw blood first. Take down Buzz and then look towards the site. Marco's in a little bit of trouble, has to fall away from the corner, goes for the double dip, tries to take the fight, loses. Loud on the way back through, and DRX are crumbling. There's problems here. Zest and RB, desperate to hold on. Zest with greatness, but he needs more, and he hasn't got enough. The fuse started, and Loud will be loving that one. Converting the bonus here, couple of nice upgrades to put to hand. And DRX in trouble.
And it's awkward for DRX because when you see both players back away from the side there, it's almost like you want somebody, one or two people from DRX to dig a little deeper, apply further pressure towards Spawn because, like I said, in that situation, they're happy to sit back. Let's keep 5 up. We know that we have the utility advantage this late on in the round after what's happened elsewhere. I mean, Zest nearly lining up a second there. Very comfortable start from Loud, though. DRX able to get a light shield purchase back in hand. Nightfall available here for Stacks as well. Loud consistently winning out with this rubble pressure early on.
So much of a priority put towards that. The amount of utility dump just to control that early space is essential to the outcome. Again, they can just post up Tui's, leave him there very isolated, but they can cheat the additional player towards C.
Let's try and cycle those one-ways in. It does put Loud in a position to put 2 members towards either site elsewhere on the map. DRX probing once again. A very slow early round for them this time around. Not much in the form of information garnered, though. Now, looks like Tui's will be tested on this side.
Trying to prop up his chest a little bit, seem intimidating, but he does need to respect
The timing's
this.
perfect. Yeah, timing's perfect for him. Able to drift away. Does have the paranoia still, but 9 seconds away from a smoke. Has to rely on the space that's between them right now. Cowanzine does have a chance to actually pivot through. Maybe find a backstab here.
Buzz seems very aware of this, though. Still going to try and keep a check on it. Tui's has been noted now. And there's the first. Cowanzine! Clean as hell. Sprays!
Oh
Sprays! And this time someone answers. Loud gifted the perfect hold on that. Stunning first 2, but man, the stars aligned for the follow-ups. And RB looking irrelevant to the round. 10 seconds. It's dead time.
10 seconds left.
I mean, Loud are absolutely tearing away with this game.
Yeah, locked out so far, DRX. Unable to really have a say in these. Cowanzine on the hunt for the ace, actually. Able to find it.
In the crowd?
Yeah, Tui's will find it. RB will fall. It's a rifle removed. But you're almost asking for a very early timeout here from DRX because this slow drift in the early round is not suiting them at all. This is just ridiculous. Paranoia lands and Mouse, Swan and Prey. But they're desperate to find this trade. And they didn't even really require anyone from Loud to swing off site here. I mean, RB able to slip the net, but a little concerning here for DRX early on.
And here's the first real fight towards this. We saw the amount of utility invested before from Loud, but this
Tui's
time
going in.
there's bodies behind this, but Tui's is still up to the challenge, up to the fight. Aspas by his side. Stack's the only one to draw blood so far for DRX in this round. Tui's falls. And now we're starting to see a little bit of a fight back from DRX, digging their heels in here, trying to tame Loud just a little. Less and Sadak, the last two alive, the least noting less here. But where is that final player?
Noting the slower pace not working for... Hang on, RB's got all the way into the backlines here. Sadak, none the wiser to the possibility.
He needed to hit that, and now he's in so much trouble. Heartbreak for him.
Bought enough time, though. The Viper's Pit is down on site. Spike planted. Stacks does have his ultimate as well, but Lockdown invested from less.
Does Stacks go walking, or does he respect this? Falls away.
When they have a chance, I mean, they have a little bit of safety to play outside. And a chance actually for Zest to get back inside his pit as well.
There it is. That's the best that they could achieve here now. Loud going to get towards that spike. The first tap made. Zest looking for the challenge. Not going to find a target just yet. The spray's perfect though. Zest going to connect straight through the pit. And now all down to Sadak, and 1 HP just simply ain't going to be enough. He knows this one's done, and DRX finally putting their name on the board here. First found, and it was a thrifty round. It was a bit of a brawl over towards Rubble.
Yeah, but
really.
a massive pace change. You're absolutely right. It is a brawl, but DRX happy to at least come out swinging in this round and rewarded for it. Because Loud, a couple of times here, you're thinking, are they going to peel away from this? Are they going to retreat? But they commit actually a third player behind this towards Rubble. DRX almost sucker punching them there in round 5. Ult still available for Loud though. Kawanzine, Tui's, and Aspas. Sack's still sitting on the Nightfall as well, but one off the lockdown for RB, and potentially within touching distance of the showstopper as well for Buzz.
And it looks like that Nightfall's coming through here. Now, I don't think it's going to catch anyone.
Yeah.
So that should be at least the green light to get towards the site. Now, you can see Sadak trying to backfill this stall out a little bit as well, make this harder work for DRX. Unable to make the most of all those seconds they bought with that Nightfall. Less going to respect it and fall away. But Sadak still standing, does go down. DRX claim the site, get the plant, and should be able to kind of defend this pretty well.
Looking at a lot more coordination on the way in here as well.
Yep.
Marco does find Kawanzine there. Aspas was considering making something work through the door, but now has to peel away. Regroup towards 2Es here. DRX digging their heels in on site. Stacks will catch actually half of that paint shell, force him out of position. 2Es will find it.
It's down to 3. Buzz still waiting. First one, he's going to let, no, he doesn't let them pass. Strikes him back down. Stunning! Stunning from Buzz. 3 big kills in the post plant. Making a second for DRX now, starting to come alive here after being bullied by Loud initially. This is much better.
Alex said this looks way better in terms of coordination on the way in. The utility forced the player out. 2 members of DRX then chase down the other member on site here. That was actually after the Nightfall connects to nothing. Sadak tries to get ahead of it, backfill that space, or deny that space towards site. Really well constructed by DRX here. Seems that Thrifty might have just been a catalyst for DRX to claw their way back into this early deficit. 2 key ultimates I was mentioning previously, Showstopper and Lockdown, now available for DRX.
Not going to note the players postured up here. That's 3 of them. You can see the intent. They're trying to make the most of this, pressure them down. Aspas going to close the gap. He's trying to. Buzz makes a move, but he can't get away. Mid-air blown up, brought back down to earth.
I think Buzz actually popped his Showstopper as well there, so...
Wasn't sure if that was the... Ooh.
I believe he did. We'll obviously get a chance to look after this, but Sadak now trying to slow things down. Feeling a ton of pressure, though, towards A side. Nobody from DRX showing their hand just yet.
Yeah, they paused for just a second. See if they can note where Sadak's repositioned to. Zest going to make the cross and actually takes down 2Es with him. There's still Sadak on the back of the site, though. Still a problem to be had. Kawanzine going to note 2 players. Marco trying to get out of there, and Stacks, similar positions. Trying to fall away, give up the site. The barrel noted as 4 of the players now from Loud start making their way back through. This is so contested. Look at all this utility invested here. Stacks can be the first challenge. He succeeds, takes down Sadak, but Aspas might be following. Oh, he follows him to the grave. DRX holding this. It's Kawanzine and Les. With all that investment, all those ults, not going to make much of this just yet. Les is going to find Zest, but still, look at these deep positions from DRX. Hard to dig them out from here. And it looks like Loud. They might be falling away from this.
Sax will force less off the angle as well. Kawanzine, we forced to save, and the crack started to show in the finances here with that early lead from Loud. DRX bring it within 1 now. Bit of a step change, very, very early on for DRX. Looking way more coordinated now.
Absolutely.
That's even after conceding. There was a very quick decision made on the back of Buzz falling, who actually did pop the showstopper. I'm not sure if I actually missed the voice line there, but
yeah,
it was burnt up in an attempt to try and deny Aspas.
And with the 3 connected here for DRX, it's enough that Loud think it's time to take a pause for thought. We had a great start, 4 in a row. But that's not enough to give you the game. DRX have depth, we know that. They are one of the greats. This is why this game was going to be such a tantalizing prospect, right? What version do we get? Initially, it looked like Loud were back in form, aggressive, confident, in your face. And then we saw the perfect answer. DRX, always the kind of tacticians, that thinking man who comes with that great approach. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, there's a montage. But again, for DRX, this is showing some of their strengths here. So what's the answer for Loud? This is their timeout. What's the adjustment you're foreseeing?
I'm very curious, actually, if there's going to be a pace change from Loud coming out. If they dig a little deeper with this early round control, turn that into aggression, chasing down kills, and whether or not DRX are maybe feeling as if they can continue on the current pacing. I would be surprised if Loud get a little feisty. Especially here, seeing Tui's on a Bucky, but I mean, you have to try and make something work. Oh, actually swapping out to the Bulldog here, so as close to a purchase as you can probably imagine with the finances in this round.
Any ults nearby? I mean, Salak's 2 away. The rest were all burnt up in just that previous round, pretty much, apart from the TPs on both sides. 3 off for stacks. Okay, it's the gun in hand sort of deal here. Let's see. Is that pace change? Is there going to be further exploration from Loud here? Do they commit even deeper on this? What are the adjustments now? Complementing their ability to kind of match move for move. What DRX were doing initially, the rotations were perfect. This time around, and see if DRX are going to maybe test the waters here, try and feel out what Loud have come up with after that timeout.
Fairly similar to previous, to be honest. Tui's posted up deep. He'll cycle through the smokes here. Zest will actually spot him. Curious if we do see a preemptive rotation come out Loud on the back of that. So it should clear out towards back rubble. It does indeed. Cow and Zine across here, and DRX looking to actually take this space away from Loud. Maybe reading that there is a couple more players.
Placing swarm grenade.
Or if they're still actually anticipating Sadak being over towards Tree. Maybe that is the read from DRX.
Yeah, and they're having to go through quite a deep protocol list here for DRX, checking on all of these possibilities for Loud, but
30
as it stands,
seconds
we can
left.
see the creep towards the site, right? They're right on that cusp of A, but Loud sitting just that bit deeper as well, not giving away too much this time. 20 seconds, they've run the clock low, but Buzz going to try and break in. Tui's will be the first test, but it's going to be the paranoia landing perfectly, the double swing. Still going to take down one though. Aspas does need to fall away. Does he get out with his life? Yes! Outstanding movement. 10 seconds now, the plant needs to come through. DRX going to commit towards this here. 4 players standing by from Loud, ready to pounce on the way back in.
Coming back.
There's a ton of spam coming through. The smoke there, Marco. Rewarded there. Aspas will fall.
And Cowanzine noted, Marco's got more to do, and he's willing to do it. Smoke goes up, gives him another fight. DRX coming alive. Perfect work from DRX. Slower, patient, showing so much discipline and intent there, Mike, and it still worked.
And back to what you see them start off this half doing. I think making a similar read to what I'm anticipating, a pace change from Loud, but it just doesn't come. DRX, 4 rounds unanswered, looking firmly in control the home stretch of this first half on Lotus. Beautiful work from Marco here.
It's a treat watching him play when he's in this sort of form. Loud starting to hit a bit of a rough patch, so that's 4 now back-to-back. The timeout not working for him, right? Like, that's the biggest problem here. And again, the early challenge, the early investment. Loud want to brawl, and right now they're losing. The TP taken. Tui's does find a connection, but it's not without a trade. DRX stand with a man up to the good against the 3. Aspas, Sadak, and less now.
He's being spiked, not committed here, and look at the space that RB is potentially going to find on the other side of the map. You want to see Sadak has repositioned, so Seaside going to be wide open unless less.
Recalling my bot.
He's going to be able to get within earshot. I don't think he will ahead of this. The pings come through on the minimap, but it's a wide open site for DRX here, Lauren.
Yeah, and RB not going to be able to get through completely unscathed, but the TP is going to allow for the plant to come in anyway for Marco, so not really hindering too much as Loud weren't able to get back in on time. And the 4v3 in this situation isn't pretty. They still don't have the best buy it.
No.
You know,
you retake it
even
with the
on a
Bucky
good
and the
day.
Guardian.
Yeah, this is not looking likely for them, but maybe Les can create that first step, right? They need someone to get that first player down. Sadak going to clear close, make it uncomfortable for the players close towards that ramp side. Maybe isolate RB a little bit, draw in a player. They need some kills to come through. Sadak's going to find one, but they need a whole lot more, and they need it fast. RB in danger. What? The double take! and he does get taken down, and now Aspas in a 1v2, but time is ticking. He's running low of it while the world's great, but right now I don't think he can change anything. Has to fall away, has to respect the DRX once again. Striding through this game, taking the lead.
And playing this perfectly, the timing executed so well, especially to have RB in a position to capitalize on that, creating so much pressure around Rubble. Loud have shown that they're happy to dig their heels in, fight for that space when DRX do decide to follow through in the early round, but the purchase not for that, really. RB's absolutely convinced he's got that first kill.
I swear he's dead. I had to mute that bit. Interesting.
Time to explode.
This is huge round for Loud. This is where being held on 4 is going to be brutal for them. Aspas going to get aggressive though, take all this space away. Commitment behind it, but this is not the same sort of brawl, right? We've shown that DRX, well, they've shown that they're willing to take a fight on that side if they have to. Right now, that's not the case. So a different look coming out here this round.
So not able to remove the alarm bot here. Kawanzin still guarding B site. A second member posted up deep though, towards Rubble, alongside 2Es. Maybe a little bit of a curveball. Aspas can try and give him some support. Again, with the information reads, I guess here, this might catch DRX off guard.
Certainly could. That additional body is curious and not noted this time around. So Aspas going to be played in. He's going to be good for one, but it's traded out. So Zest's going to quickly deal with that additional threat.
It doesn't really suit in that sort of situation, though. DRX haven't been able to find any space elsewhere. Sanak still holding on to C site. Kawanzin, see a well-timed prowler here to fish out the presence of RB. The 2Es has to respect this now. Now have the information.
Oh, look at this ruse though.
Beautiful bait.
Look at this fake coming out in front of you, 3 of them falling for a hook, line, and sinker. They have to respect it, right? The ult just came through, but the plant's going to be on B. DRX giving themselves just that slice of time. Spike now down. Nice little after plant too. For these 4 players, they've got a lot of kit to play with, still some utility here. Kawanzin, one of those main players here. Stack's going to dip his head back in, doesn't want to get revealed just yet. The ult's going to be invested, but no one noted. And now this is when it all gets a little bit chaotic, a little bit wild. Sadak going to deny Marco, drop down spotted. Stacks with a belter, takes down one. Zest on the follow-up, leaving less than Sadak with so much in front of them and so little time again to navigate through this.
Variable removed.
Takes down one, not going to get the follow-up. It's all on to Sadak in a 1v2, and RB ain't playing his game. He wants none of what he's selling. Time to back away again, but Stacks is on the hunt. Denied. Oh, this is looking brutal for Loud. Held on 4 now, DRX in control.
A crucial seize from Stacks as well. The Viper's Patchy in that situation clears a lot of that space, forces DRX deeper into a very, very confined spike site here, but it's so well timed. Forces Sadak back. He obviously eats that decay as well at the same time. Great conversion from DRX here. You can see the paranoia here, the chaos in the communication. As soon as that nightfall comes through, doesn't even tag anybody, but it forces 2 extra players across towards A site.
I'm worried seeing frustration on Aspas this early. That to me is a little bit question mark. We'll come back to that in a bit. For now, they have to come back in with a broken buy.
Poison orb emitting.
The Phantom on Sadak, and then you got what Bulldog coming out for Aspas. Guardians, odds and ends. It ain't pretty for Loud on this purchase, and they haven't found an answer here. DRX have taken this game completely in hand. 1 away from Buzz's ult here. Could be played through 2 for Aspas.
I love this as well now. It's just a slow contact into A. Now we're going to have no information, or at least early indicators of presence. Sadak we spotted on the other side, but it's only RB, so not necessarily a cause for concern in terms of
I have the spike.
Rotations here.
Even with all of this great contact play, it could be a burst, yes. But the problem is there's still 3 players for Loud.
Exactly,
here,
yeah.
Right, so it's like even without noting this necessarily, you've got the double stack towards Tree and 1 towards CT up top. Prowler's going to note it, Stack tries to identify it, close in. 2's gets found, but the trade is there. So it's going to be Kawanzin connecting towards Stacks, but then look towards the side. DRX going to be taking through this. Aspas holding the line. 47 HP, can't do any more. Zest takes him down. The site should be there. There's a plant, maybe, but less. I'm telling you to think again, he's still got that lockdown. Sadak on the way as well. Has to find Marco and RB.
Toxins going up.
Smoke in play. They can't quite make through this unless Sadak wants to risk it.
Load of time to play with, though. Marco puts Sadak down. It's just less to try and recover this now, Lauren.
He's got the rifle, he's got what he needs, maybe a chance here. Noting the first on Marco, but has still no true idea of where RB is really residing. And the time's running low. No one on DRX is going to give him a chance. They're going to play disciplined here. Half would be ideal, and he ain't even going to get that. DRX, large and in charge here. Massive impact already, showing resilience all the way through this first half.
I mean, this is insane. 4 unanswered from Loud to kick things off. After that, it's the DRX show. Just non-stop. In absolute control, dictating everything across the map here in my eyes. On this attacking side, Loud don't really have an answer. And it's not as if they have an opportunity to really give an answer in some of these rounds. We'll come in here, lockdown, showstopper, some ultimates to use, but it hasn't really been coming down to that.
No, it hasn't.
And on the other side, a showstopper, a Viper's Pit. So big tools in terms of getting onto site and creating a solid post-plant hold.
But they feel out this presence so early on C. As soon as they feel that fight on towards Mound, they've instantly pivoted away from that, straight towards A, maybe trying to exploit that solo player. Now, yes, we did see that Les was kind of sticking around this side, but it is mostly Sadak. And Buzz, disrespecting all that utility, going to take the site with the ult. Post it, doesn't find much for it, that's fine. He's taken the site, he's allowed all that space to be made. A quick plant, and now this is where it gets deadly though. Look at these ults coming in. Aspas goes for himself. Can he find anyone? Yes, takes down Zest.
It's a pit down as well.
But DRX still going to be standing on the side itself. Aspas clearing on through. It's a one-man show so far. And Buzz, can he deny it? Yes, takes down Aspas, the opposing number. Paint shell popped. Going to be posted towards back of sight, but Quarantine clears him. Lockdown in play. They have to respect it. 2 still standing, and Stax is one of them. On towards the spike. You got to look towards it. RB trying to buy the time. Les is taking down Stax. It's all on RB. Ooh, a little close there. A little close, but Loud going to break the trend, get themselves up towards 5, and make this half almost look respectable.
I mean, if DRX can buy a couple more seconds here, there's a chance they can dig themselves into that deeper position after the lockdown comes through. But great decision-making here from Loud. Flooding the site so early on. And again, actually removing the Viper's Pit actually relinquishes a lot of that control and almost turns some of those deep positions early on for DRX into...
This game, you go, Loud, they look real nice. You catch that end round, you're like, cool, no worries. But that middle portion, that run of 7, was terrifying if you're a fan of maybe Loud here. But coming to the second half, where do your thoughts go towards? I
mean, really, a lot of this, at least at the start of this second half, rides on Aspas. And he get himself a comfortable start here, being the driving force for Loud. So at least recoup this initial 2-round deficit. Hang on. I even kick things off with the pistol round nice and early, but 3 members of DRX here.
Ooh, the paranoia. Are they going to commit behind this? Okay.
Cancelled each other out, yeah.
And almost mirrored, if you're looking at how they're approaching this to an extent. But Sadak's gotten pretty deep here. Now, it looks like the awareness is there. You're already going to see
Stax has picked up the slack.
Yeah, there it is. So noting the players, very, very good kind of heads-up work here, keeping track on the map. They've got to find that final port of call for Loud.
So they've got to be careful here. It does have some reinforcements coming through now. DRX maybe, I guess, getting into position to force him out of that position, but now that Loud are ahead of the Viper wall.
There's no subtlety to this fight.
Exactly,
They're all here. There's 4 players, and Buzz wants in. Loud ready and waiting, though, in that smoke, and Loud hold them back. Not going to make that impact they wanted. Zest and Buzz go down. Marco, I mean, falls to his fate, really, if anything, there, leaving it really in the hands of just Stax and RB. Holding off on the plant for a second, trying to identify these final players. Not going to get it. RB, last one. Not bad. 25 seconds now. Show me more. This would be magnificent. HP is a little low, and that shot was clean. 16 HP ain't much. There's a lot of Loud players left standing. It's what Loud needed, though, that first.
This just seems so disjointed. They're trying to get ahead of the spike plant, yes, but it's 3 people separately. There's no complementary angles to take. I mean, was it Buzz initially with a frenzy? There's jumping inside the Omen smoke to try and find something, and then there's a further 2 investments in terms of putting bodies on. I don't know what Mako's thinking's going to happen there with all 4 members of Loud staring down that position. So yeah, not sure of exactly what call was made, obviously to prevent the spike going down, but I don't know, did they think it wasn't as heavily invested from Loud?
Yeah, I don't know if they thought there was not many people. I don't know, that felt like a bit of a misread from DRX, if I'm honest. But for Loud, it's an opportunity, a gateway back into this game after having that tear against them. The purchase here, Aspas straight on towards that Vandal. And early progress being made on the other side of the map. There is utility here, so it will be identified. So now attention's drawn. It's going to be Sadak who's going to be put to the test early on, if anyone. No one pushing further than this. But you can see the rest of them all coming back around. Buzz got to be careful. But this round is classics. It's one Sheriff on RB. And that's about it. So by all rights, Loud should be comfortable here. Unless they make some real errors.
Yeah, Buzz, I'm able to really have a say in this. It's a little bit of a pump here, but DRX has got 3 people behind this wall ready for it to drop. Ain't sure invested now.
I don't like them leaving it late.
No. RB's got a Sheriff as well.
And he's heard all these steps. RB, show me it. Oh.
30 seconds left.
Well, play or not, I don't know if they can beat the utility. Actually, they are beating the utility. They're here super early. If they can deny this partner, make it tricky on the cross, but it's down to Classics, who need a lot to go right for them, and Aspas doesn't want any of that. Wants this kept in hand, kept in check. Zest going to do a little bit of damage, but not enough to write home about. 4 still stand. Plant going to come in Loud, equalizing the scoreline now.
Opportunity to see how DRX is going to approach the first buy round. In terms of old progress, nothing really for Loud to pin their hopes on. But do come across, I mean, it's 2 Bulldogs and a Guardian, but rifles across the board at least. It's a very healthy bonus round. And all 5 stacking up outside rubble. There's 3 opposing this from DRX.
Is this going to be a bloodbath?
I feel like it might be. I mean, DRX were happy to take these sort of engagements in the first half as well.
Here we go. Let's see who comes out standing. Buzz goes straight in. It hasn't been a great first half for him, but maybe this time he can come alive. Going to find the first and Sacks with a follow-up. This is DRX tearing Loud limb from limb. Just Aspas alive, and he's down so low. 25 HP and maybe a dream. He's got 2 more to find, and they're sitting pretty, and they're both on the flank. He's yet to even consider this.
I don't think he's going to either.
Let's
see
see
the spike.
He's got a chance. Oh my God, he almost had a damn good chance. When it's Aspas, you respect it that little bit more, but DRX get past that first test, barely.
But it cost them a fortune
Yes.
to do so. 4 rifles sacrificed it. Beautiful utility invested behind rubble here. I mean, you can see the nano swarm as well, just on top of that. Tucked into the back corner. I think the paint shield doing the majority of that damage.
Let's flush them out. Satchel out.
Showstopper going to be available for Aspas here, though.
Oh, it's going to be the same again, rinse and repeat, but this time more behind it. Buzz this time not going to have the perfect start. It's going to be 2Es. Takes him down there, isolated. Paranoia to follow, and they want to make the most of it, but they can't quite catch him. TP's away towards the site, and Marco going to try and play safe. Loud just picking up that pace, shifting gear. They're at 120. The round's barely started, and they're halfway towards the site. That's a little audacious to try and take towards 3, but Marco's in a world of trouble. Found. Aspas puts him down. And the 3 remainders,
I mean,
they're out.
Save it, yeah.
They're out.
Zest has got a judge, but this one's locked in for Loud. This is the sort of confidence as well when they feel out that DRX are happy to fight for rubble here. Next round, happy to just balls to the wall, go back there, engage, and almost set the precedent here that, yeah, we're not going to give this up for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, attacking Odin, she said,
I mean,
a little audacious, but pressure created.
Yes. The classic pressure play, let's call it. No, I mean, this is a nice little response, right? It's kind of Loud showing who they are, a little bit of that personality, almost bullish in approach, almost too stubborn to ever fall away from these sort of looks. Now, for DRX, this will be certainly a little bit of a reminder, a little bit of a wake-up call as they're going clearing. Keeping hold of these weapons would have been lovely. I don't think the other 2 will be found.
Well,
but losing out on him was massive, because that's a judge.
I was going to say, the problem being, actually, I mean, if 3 weapons, albeit a judge being the 3rd, carried across.
A little bit more form, a little bit more of that kind of impact that we know he's capable of, and he's stepping up to what we expect from someone like him in his position. Now, coming out of this, DRX need to have adjusted, but they don't have particularly a buy to do it with. Unable to retain that, well, I was going to say 3rd rifle, but 3rd weapon, let's say, coming in here. It's going to be a little bit trickier to make it count.
So I believe it was Stacks holding the rifle across, but we'll pass it into the hands of Marco. Put him in a position to be the hero in this round. Spam comes through from Sadak. No connection on the other side. Actually, the door opening will force Dest away. Pretty sure they would have heard that retreat, though.
Yeah.
Looking towards maybe getting the Viper's Pit available for a post plant here.
Looking how far Aspas has already cleared through this with no resilience. There's nothing on the other side. It's quite indicative, right? It's either maybe a stack somewhere, maybe they're looking for something else. They would have responded to this already, but you're going to have that Viper's Pit on. You were noting it earlier. It's absolutely what Sadak wanted to do, and Aspas, not respecting this by any means, going to head on in. Note no one on that way for the first couple of steps of Paranoia is so good. It allows him to stick around just that bit longer. And look at Sadak and Aspas mauling them here, and Marco, last one alive, he did have that rifle, but he's so far away. He's not really going to get much of a chance. A 1v5? Don't think so.
No. Big gap to close if he even wants to make a go with this or do some damage. Aspas will give it up to him.
Cover going out.
This looks like he wants to challenge too, but will find the headshot. You seal the deal on a 9th round here for Loud.
Yep, Loud back in the lead. Solid attempt. Now, fortunately for DRX going forward, they will be able to get that full purchase in. They do have, I think, Buzz on ult as well, and a couple sign a knock on the door, right? They're very close to that first ult cycle.
The problem being, though, look at the finances for DRX and look at what's on the brink in terms of this ult cycle for Loud. Some massive, massive tools at their disposal. Need a response from DRX now. So be Loud on double digits. If they concede another. Showstopper available for Buzz. One away from the lockdown as well. A slower approach here. Nobody from DRX giving themselves away other than the Boombot coming out from Buzz. Nearly actually swinging onto the angle, but trying to commit to the engagement.
Oh, that was messy from both sides, really. Buzz going to lose his life for it. Not worth it by any means.
Especially considering the ultimate being available. Great plant denier. You could argue a great counter towards the Viper's Pit and a post plant as well. A little bit of a slip up there from DRX. Space found elsewhere from Less as well. Now identify that should be the weaker side of this defensive formation, and the confirmation will come through.
He's in so much danger. 60 HP, tries to play it forward. Actually not a bad idea. Might give himself a chance, an opportunity. One got away towards site though, but they've been picked up. Aspas gets found! RB! This is brilliant! Bold play from RB to push further ahead. Not fall away from that nightfall. Not be afraid of that night. And stand and hold the side itself. Sadak and Less, you got 30 seconds and 4 to get through. The spike is on the other side of that entrance. So this is now almost impossible, near on improbable. They need a freebie, and it doesn't look like DRX want to give them that.
With the spike in a position ahead of the smoke, able to seal the deal here, but heroics from RB. I'd love to see if there was a Prowler stent as well on the back of that Nightfall, because it's the perfect play.
Yeah.
RB gets ahead, still capitalizes on decay from this poison orb in the choke point. And they just weren't expecting it at all.
Beautiful. Individually beautiful work from RB. That round looked like it could have been Loud's. Again, you look at that start. What happened to Buzz? Well, not pretty scenes at all. Let's watch this back again. Just stunning work from him. And yeah, I don't see the Prowler coming through. Maybe.
I don't know if it was a little earlier than this. Obviously, the reinforcements came through at the perfect time as well. Nightfall actually not in a position to cut off any, or I guess catch anybody in rotation towards Waterfall or towards Spawn. But a bailout round from RB and gives them at least a cushion, 1 round cushion in terms of the economy here.
Buzz trying to thread the needle a little, but there's no one to challenge, right? They're going to leave, who is it, posted up, Marco, towards that A site and instantaneously hit the rotation button.
All 3 of them.
That's a lot of faith.
Yeah, it is. Curious here of whether or not Less is the one to try and make something happen towards B. Loud considering both sides of the map. No confirmation with the Prowler. But with Marco's deep position, they can commit to this.
Yeah.
Especially now with the utility being dealt with.
50 seconds now.
Jess has still got a snake bite to slow this down as well, Lauren.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit worrying. Time-wise, You're looking at 3 bodies on this side. Here's the goer. Should be the green light. The go signal. Aspas can be the first one forward. The others will be isolated. Can't quite make it through. TP now taken for 2Es. Aspas wants to try and control towards CT. There's that Viper's Pit we saw sitting in Sadak's hands.
But lockdown and showstopper for the retake here. Loud have to make a decision on how they want to play this. Spike will go down now. They can't find the lockdown.
No preemptive lockdown.
The
They have
C's
to
just caught
evacuate.
2 of them.
They've got to run away. They've got to try and escape from this one. You can see them detained here. This is an issue. Buzz going hunting. Oh, they're all so vulnerable. It's a slaughter. They are so unaware of what was going to happen. Wait, hold on. Aspas desperate to try and do some damage back, but it doesn't matter. DRX destroying them with that lockdown.
The C's was absolutely beautiful from Stacks.
That's unreal.
Loud keep digging deeper and deeper to try and remove the
Look at
lockdown.
this.
That is absolutely crazy.
That's a heartbreaker.
Another crucial piece of utility usage from Stacks. Sadak actually unnoted. They're going to prioritize, especially here, reading that late C hit's going to come through. And maximizing value off those 2 ultimates available. What sort of adjustment do we see from Loud here?
That's all I keep just waiting for with bated
Wait, there's
breath
3
now.
members of DRX here.
Are they going to fight this? You can already see the creep through. The Haunt's a problem. Okay, has to reveal the position there. Buzz needs to respect this.
That's enough of a deterrent.
Yeah. They're running fast. Is it just from the progress of Sadak as well, I guess? Maybe the coupling of 2 elements, right? Noting that player, and then you've already got Sadak taking a lot of space here. Okay, Zest is going to hit that panic button. He needs some support here, and quite quickly. They're already at the door, and still above a minute. This is very quick progress from Loud.
Sadak able to slip back away. I mean, plenty of time to work with, and they've drawn out the pit, so basically removing A in terms of options.
It's a beautiful play from them there.
But they did obviously read the presence outside mound at the start of the round. 4 members of Loud looking to apply a little pressure towards C now. Lockdown going to be the one to open things up. Now does this play Sadak in the lurk? You see he's already slipping through towards B. What damage can he do, Lauren?
Love to see what Sadak can achieve here. Trying to cut through that B site. RB seemed aware of the possibility, but still going to lose his life to it. Sadak making wonderful impact already, catching him out. Off the back of that lockdown, forcing them deeper. Now that does facilitate the plant too. Nightfall going to come down. Buzz going to step back towards the site. The first man forward tries to clear through on that spike. Allow that chance of a defuse to even be had, but there's still so many bodies behind this. Still got that showstopper on Aspas. Zest has to be impactful, to say the least. And actually, that's not bad for the C's!
The C's!
The combo work coming out is out of this world! Stacks doing marvelously. Oh, and he just wants to add to it. Insult to injury. Body on body. DRX doing Loud dirty.
Stacks' utility is absolutely phenomenal this map.
Guy's nuts.
Again, not reflected necessarily in terms of the numbers here on the scoreboard, but undeniable impact time and time again.
Look at it. There's no escaping him. Beautiful.
That's DRX up to 11.
Now it's getting tense though, isn't it?
Loud still comfy in terms of the finances, but now some of these ultimates a little further away. Nightfall missing 3 orbs here. Still got the showstopper for Aspas. They need a response, they need it now.
Buzz, similar routine, right? Takes that space, plays a little bit closer towards that corner on this, but he does have support as well. Gonna probably post up Marco, then fall away. We've seen this, right? We know this routine. Now it's RB, who went above and beyond on that Nightfall that came down not too long ago, but this time obviously not the case.
DRX are reading this perfectly though. Look at the pings coming through. They've already sent 2 extra players across towards this site.
But RB's down so low. This time he's probably not going to be able to get the miracles here. He's down on what? Sub 30 HP. They're going to go for the double pump.
Loud are forced into an audible call with only 60 seconds left here. No information towards Rubble.
Has Marco got another smoke? Yes, he does.
No paranoia for him though.
It's true, and he is alone. But has Loud identified this? Well, now they know. Marco, does he stick around here? Oh, dearie me, he's got to try and get away from this one. That's Spas trying to catch him on the back of the TP. He's going to try and hunt him down. He can't
get it.
He stays alive. On a lovely amount of HP, he gets to slip away to the back of the site and now put the problem back with Loud. They got 38 seconds and they got to make it towards the site. They need to get that spike planted. Now the support's here though. Now there's other bodies coming through this time, but Sadak takes one away. Stack's now removed and Zest overrun. Loud are back in this round. 25 seconds really to play with and the B site might be theirs. This could be the ideal. They've even got less post up in a lovely position. Going to keep those two humble towards A.
Spike planted.
Does he get found? Buzz considering it, but not finding him. And Les can play this out perfectly. Play patient, play calm. These three, I think they need the weapons.
Yeah, DRX want nothing to do with this at all. You can see time and time again the game plan from DRX is to deny the spike even going down. A couple times comfortable with the lockdown, maybe the showstopper, another catalyst in terms of how they can approach retakes here. Hello.
That's not my teammate.
Mark on 9 HP as well.
It's just a gentleman's agreement to not go back
Yeah,
loud.
yeah.
Ooh, hopefully no one saw it.
I think Les knows that he was low HP. He's like, I'll let you go.
Game on now, isn't it? This is the game we wanted, right? Nice and close. Okay, Buzz. And Marco goes down.
Well, Les did find Marco.
Yeah, in the end. 10 to 11 now. Gap's starting to close back a bit, but I don't know where the momentum really lays in this game. It's constantly going back and forth.
A little bit of a curveball here because Buzz has actually got himself an operator in hand.
Okay.
It's looking like he might be the solo member for DRX towards C unless RB's headed that direction. He is. I'm going to put some complementary utility down. But this is a curveball. Loud haven't had to overcome this just yet.
It's a little bizarre, but maybe Buzz has something for us here. Forced away, has to respect the smoke. Loud's protocol list will at least address those early potential picks that he could have been going for. Secondary angle now needs to be worked with. But you look across the map, Loud aren't just working that C site, they're looking elsewhere as well. They're trying to maybe keep check on what the likes of Marco have been up to, right? Like trying to keep track of the entire map, which is easier said than done, but a slow creep forward. Zest will be seen. Sadak is extremely close by. A bit of an awakening for Zest there, has to be careful. They've crept very close.
Actually, Spike's coming across this direction as well. I think Loud poised to make a move just yet. At least there was a window of opportunity. Just Cowanzine, Spike in hand, will retreat. But now you're concerned because late round they're creeping towards the site that Buzz has this operator and has that utility to slow things down as well in the choke point.
Okay, Buzz. First.
Well, it's revealed now. They can just look to punish.
Yeah, Buzz is screwed here. But he's still trying to buy a bit of time. Aspat's going to remove him with that pain shell. RB now has to take up that mantle. 25 seconds, though. Loud running it late, and RB back to business. But look at the pivot coming out. Taking that spike over towards the B side, depending a little on the progress made from the likes of Sadak and Cowanzine, and it's worked. Deep utility going to stop DRX from getting back towards the site as the plant is going to come in. A 3v4 now. Tough to clear, but Marco up for the fight. He's going to lose
Hang
it.
on.
DRX clearing through, though. Sadak, Cowanzine, and 2, he's 4. It's all on Aspas. 21 HP. Position noted. How does he try and navigate any of this?
They can come off with the wall here. It's just come back up.
Satchel out.
That satchel could kill Zest.
It genuinely could.
Trying to slow play this, not taking the bait on the first tap.
He's got 7 bullets. It's another fake. Oh, it's a great shot.
He's got
Pain
pain
shell.
What was that retake from DRX?
How did they get those 3? How did they
In the
get those 3?
blink of an eye as well. Well, it felt like Loud, again, they figure out the operator's there. It takes a ton of utility to secure that kill, but they basically pull the entirety of DRX in that direction. Then Cowanzine finds a kill onto Stacks as well. On top of that,
Look at this. Bloody
that is
hell.
ridiculous from RB.
RB has actually been such a monster in this game.
Bit of a heartbreaker, honestly, for Loud.
12 to 10.
And now they have no room for error.
They've got no ults, but they've got a full buy. 1 away for a couple of the ults, 3 for Buzz on this one, but it's going to be a brawl again. That bloodbath that we've seen before, but this time 2 he's falls. Buzz is going to find him first. He's got Marco by his side, and they're just going in. They want this one done, but Loud disagrees. Stacks doubles down.
It's a 1v1.
Of course it is, and look who's alive. It's Aspas, the hero of Loud, up against RB, the unsung hero of DRX. And monstrous players.
And the crowd
Crowd
want it.
believes. RB, can he answer their call? That gun is glowing for a reason. Aspas nasty so far. But RB creeping closer. Patient play. RB has so much to check, so much to work through, but he's just going to gamble it at one point. Full HP creeping closer on the corner. Aspas steps away now, spots the shoulder. RB's got to get a move on here, and the fight's his! Aspas keeping Loud in this one. One more round to play out.
One absolutely mad round. At 1:25 on the clock, it's down to a 1v1, Lauren.
Of course it is.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, stacks.
Which historically, I gotta say, you don't often see, especially across the map pool, DRX commit to these sort of rounds.
No.
It's very rare.
Felt like they were enticed into it, like, yeah, you know, take that ball, take it, close it now.
Thank you.
And they couldn't do it, and it's opened up chance, because look at the buy coming out for DRX. We've
Yeah.
got Bulldogs, we've got Guardians. This ain't pretty. This could have been a mistake, a fumble, but what is this little setup here? DRX, hold on, they're going proactive again, but it's going to be punished. Tui's takes down Buzz. Calling for 12 now, Loud want to take this to OT, and DRX sweating in this one now. A couple of ults to play with. One player.
That's so awkward as well. Zest was
The
looking
audio.
for Sadak there.
Yep.
He was looking to dig out the lurk, but force back now, pit invested.
Okay, but can they find Zest though? Can he slip away? Does he get to keep his life? He's been found. He has to respect this. You already hear it, the showstopper pop, but he doesn't find its target. Zest still stands. Spikes on the site though, taken so low. Zest is making this a problem. The support is here. Stacks, he's going to take down Tui's to trade. Comes in, two standing Loud, and ripping them apart. It's just Marco and Zest. Make it just Zest. After all of that, can one man save them? They're on the run. He dips back through. He didn't expect it. Aspas waiting. Taking Loud to OT.
Switching sides.
And a beautiful switch up. As soon as the lockdown is invested,
Courage.
they pick the pace up, divert their attention away from the pit. And Zest unable to find the backstep, prevent that pressure coming towards Rope. What a crazy end to that second half.
Man, I feel for DRX in a way, because it's like that temptation to brawl with Loud is always there, right? But in my mind, Loud are the best at that. That is where they thrive, when they have
Yeah,
those like real chaotic moments.
I don't feel like DRX's hand has been forced into this.
No, they
They've
wanted
committed.
it.
Yeah, they've received
chose.
some of these rounds and happy to do so.
Which, I mean, maybe learning their lesson now, but brutal way to learn it. 12-12, we go back in. A moment of respite, but barely, because look at this. The amount
Now they're
of
feeling
space.
themselves now. Look at this.
Yeah, they want to make it hurt. Hand around the throat.
Four
DRX on the
members
other
of
side.
DRX.
Another smoke goes in. Relax. We're good. Ish. Now we might not be good. Aspas tempted. Oh, he's gone down. Great find from Zest. But Tui's still here. DRX finding them. They can barely see him.
Look how deep that pick comes on to see. It's in the choke point.
They've got to work it now. RB giving them another huge chance here. Backfilled by Sadak though quite quickly, but he's ahead of the util. So he slows down the pace. He wants to be a little unnoted. Does he get away with it this time? A fair fight. He wins it. Sadak goes down. The cross going to be watching. Cowanzine falls. Buzz flies in. Finds Cowanzine. And now it's just Tui's.
A 1v5. First round of overtime. Going to be given the first RB will fall. What can he get done here? Paranoia available. 3 seconds off a smoke.
Jump spot still there. Notes the position. Zest going to be buying the time. He's got his TP if he wants to use it. Can he draw him into a fight? There it is, takes
What?
it. Now they're paranoid. They all
think he's
turn
gone on
attention.
top.
They have no idea. He's gotten closer. But look at that late positioning from Buzz. That should be the death of it, surely. Tui's can't predict this, and to try and clear that would be
let
almost
pass?
murderous. And yeah, exactly. Lets him pass, but going to catch him on the way back through. First claimed by DRX here, 13
Switching
posted
sides.
in OT.
Match point.
And finding picks on both extremities here. Just spreading Loud so thin. That wasn't a jump peak, yeah, less punished. Trying to find some information. RB once again the hero though for DRX.
You talk about the kind of impact alone he is having.
I mean, he sat at 15 and 16. It's not even reflected in the
Nope.
numbers, but
Nope.
the value from some of his kills.
The quality is out of this world from him. Stunning. But again, job ain't done. We go again. Can Loud match? Or is it map 1 done? Sadak trying to test, trying to show a little strength here, but all of the intent from Loud is towards C. 4 players, a lot to do, and the man of the hour on the other side, RB. Utility tested and cleared early, above a minute.
We're not necessarily feeling the heat towards site just yet. Have 2 teammates coming back through Waterfall, but Loud already here, trying to capitalize on a window of opportunity on the other side of the map. Buzz will be coming across to support Marco in this A site hold, but is less rewarded for digging into this lurk now.
One can wait on this as well. There's 2 players being kept here, but Wes is going to hear all this. You can see it walking, trying to relay that perfect. There he is. There's the reward. The Spike's trying to pivot through towards B, though. Now caught in towards the connector. It's a problem. Loud going to be catching the way back through. Stacks actually going to catch him on the heels. Hold on. So he went a little bit above and beyond on that one. Needed to calm down a touch. Buzz now and Zest in a 2v3. Make it a 1v2. Zest, where are you? And what can you do about this one?
Got a snake bite to play with, but now with the Nightfall in hand, 20 seconds away from a reveal as well. This one feels undoable for Zest.
Face your fear!
Early investment.
Very early. Going to highlight these, not at least towards heaven just yet. Smoke going to go in. You can already see the pings on the Spike. They want to keep track of that one. There's Snakebite. Can he get a freebie? Nothing connecting. Sees, brings him down. Decay is there, dragged through. The first tap. He needs a fair fight. He needs 1. And Loud ain't going to give you 1. We go again. 13-13. This is going to be one of those games.
Another one today.
Yep. You got nowhere else to be tonight, right?
No. We stayed
Outstanding.
1.
It's true.
It's unlucky for Stacks as well. He just can't pin down the second player on that transition towards 8. Oh, they're actually calling a timeout here. Ahead of round 27. You see the frustration coming through there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The marathon game could be just to try and reassess the scenario. Don't fall too deep into that OT playstyle that can happen. But at this point, we go back through.
It's like the trend will continue from regulation at least. 3 members allowed over towards 8.
Yeah.
Saw commitment time and time again to this opening engagement. Only Zest on the other side of it.
Okay, gonna show presence. Similar on the other side. Near on mirrored, but...
Yeah, fairly standard. It's the 3-2 setup showing presence. Denying this, I guess, early opportunity from DRX to progress towards either side. Tui's on a deeper position this time around, though.
Well, Paranoia should bail him out, but they can creep quite close. Prowler goes through, and now with the Paranoia dropping, the paint shot to follow actually could have been an issue there. It wasn't in the end. Did a little bit of chip damage, but not enough to write home about.
Could be a red herring, though, that the Seas didn't catch anybody that's deep off this choke point, because straight away, 2 members allowed across towards B site. Right, still with utility to clear out these very early positions. Tui's forced even deeper now.
Loud are really hesitant to commit further bodies to this, which, I mean, we have seen a lot of pivots through towards that B site here, but still, to not address that. And now the B pivot, of course.
Now.
Yeah, this feels a little mistimed from Loud on that. A misread and an opportunity for DRX. They'll take that with both hands. That's a plant coming in, but a 5v5 on the B site is brutal. That retake unpleasant. Look at the deep positioning coming out as well. Throw your mind towards Zest. Throw your mind towards the deeper positionings from RB. And it leaves your forward men to try and deal with that brunt that's going to come through.
Absolutely right. Zest still actually has this crossfire with Marco. Stacks putting a ton of pressure and punished on the first.
Huge.
That's less, all finding kills.
Yeah, that's back-to-back work here. Loud going to clear through those first bodies, those close holds, and then Zest is found. It removes all threat. RB held too far away, and I think Loud might have just broken this one. They found what they needed. RB's gone down, Diffuse is on the way. They just absolutely demolished DRX
Brute
there.
force their way back onto site. Like I said, the curious one is actually Marco falling ahead of that. I don't know if did he die to somebody on site? Because Cowan Zine comes late and cleans up Zest.
Oh, that catch.
Yeah, Stack's just a pixel out of place. And that's the catalyst. For now to just flood their way onto site.
Okay, they've got the upper hand now, Loud. And they close the account on map 1. Does DRX have something to say about this? Get pacey off the start. Buzz going to get himself into the thick of things. Not alone, but Marco's going to have to make his mind up here. He's in a little bit of danger. Taken down quite low here, and Sadek looking to maybe catch, but he's not going to. Early progress towards B, and also a little bit of presence towards Mound, but Aspas is the one I'm looking towards. Always a threat in this, and Zest's got to be ready.
Toxins going up.
And now with the alarm bot dealt with. Tui's almost spamming him off the angle there, Zest. Not necessarily going to be rewarded for a play like that, especially as he's the only member of DRX to hold down towards B. Now probing on the orb retrieval. They're going to try and funnel them towards Aspas for that showstopper.
Just waiting now. A second longer.
This is a little different though. It's very late for Cow and Zine to be on that side of the map towards Rubble and throw a Prowler out.
Wait and see when he does this. There it is, just gone now at 40 seconds. And you can see actually the cause and effect. Stacks leans back down towards CT, leaves RB on an island. This might have been the adjustment they were looking for, but RB is still standing. You don't get in towards his side, finally falls. Sadek takes his scalp, and now Loud bulldozing through the side, but Stacks wants in. Can this man be the difference maker? No, Les has his number red, and it's Buzz and Marco. As Loud doing everything required of them. A 2v4. That's the first. Second, not going to be so easy. Les needs to be careful. Sadek will seal it. Now Buzz with it all to do. A 1v2 now after a 1v3. Quickly tries to get ahead to Sadek. Not going to happen. You've considered that you're coming up against a very specific style, and that's a curveball. That's going to take you out of your game plan, but let's see if it's executed well enough to even be a problem. Loud on the attack, DRX on the defending side. First map is Loud's. Map 2, well, let's find out.
Stun actually does connect onto RB. Aspas desperately trying to pin it down, but RB with a right click will find it. And the explosion comes through. Stacks finds 2.
Picking up where they left off. DRX looking dominant here. Les down pretty low, and Tui's desperate to find someone to punish, but DRX all in the right place. Beautiful work from RB already. Flash gonna note where these players reside. Tara gets taken down, but no one going to take the bait. DRX playing patient, disciplined Valorant. We know them for, right? This is what they've been historically noted for. Less down to 13. And nothing lucky happened from this.
Trying to isolate Buzz in his corner, but just can't pin him down. Potentially.
He's made a run for it. He desperately tried to get away, but does get caught up, so trying to do what they can here. There's a lot to ask of them, though.
Marco will be the, I guess, the first obstacle here with the spike towards Hell.
30 seconds left.
Trying to play in.
Yeah, Les is repositioned. Very risky. Oh, he actually found that headshot there.
Yeah.
A ridiculous shot, but do an awful lot of damage. DRX find themselves the pistol. Loud another round that echoes that brute force that we saw demonstrated on Lotus. I mean, Aspas gets so deep, but it's the Nano Swarm that really splits up the attack, and finally the right click comes through from RB. You can see there on the X-ray. DRX then have bodies to throw at the second wave of this execute. It's stopped at the front door. I mean, spike unretrievable at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Very committed from Loud.
And it really is what the doctor would have ordered for DRX after a very close game on map 1. Losing in OT can be a bit of a gut punch, but picking back up well here. That pistol under the belt in the second map. It's only going to do wonders for the confidence, at least to begin with. Erase some of those memories just made. We look at how it really comes into this round. Sheriff, Ghost, odds and ends, but completely outgunned by the Bulldogs, obviously, for DRX. So they can make anything happen. It would be quite surprising. Maybe Aspas gets some godly timing, but you can see Heaven. It's got a lot of presence towards it. Oh, belting shot from Aspas.
You're not going to connect, but Buzz able to cycle the weapon across, so preventing any further value found off that pick. Now drifting back towards RB's setup here.
Yeah.
Information gathered on the back of the Nano Swarm being removed, but big gap to close here. RB gets ahead of the fault line.
Yeah, he's down low, but he should have support, but it's not there. It falls to pieces and Loud break towards the site. Yes, Aspas low, but he's got the Bulldog and he can buy time with that. He can be a problem. And look at the positioning towards Heaven as well. Less in a good spot for this too.
Les is in a beautiful position.
The Flash should note it. You might start seeing him begin to find that impact soon. Buzz, those next steps could be deadly, and they are. Les gonna make the most of it. Gonna know Marco as well. He's overwhelmed and Loud. Flip round 2 on its head. Get rewarded with the weapons and prove exactly why they are so deadly.
RB able to get ahead of the fault line, finds the first, but overwhelmed by the pressure from Loud. Aspas finding a beautiful second with the Sheriff. A thrifty conversion here.
God, that was so good from Les, though, just to make sure he's still focused towards CT. He doesn't get tempted to look towards site, leaves them to their own devices. Because again, if there was that freedom towards CT, that would have been 2-3 kills found, and that round would have been quite simply DRX's, so very well played by him. And now, kind of a flip of the script, right? DRX down on towards those Sheriff's odds and ends. Harder to hold here, especially on that defending side. Spread across the map. Aspas looking towards that ult as early as he can.
Be conscious of it's a possibility of DRX finding value off these Sheriffs. Slow, cautious approach from Loud now after that first exchange. Marco will be spotted on the jump peak here.
So far, they've been able to kind of withdraw the information of obviously one on pillar, that being Marco. Yes, they noted one either towards mid, be it vent side, or be it towards Heaven off the back of the Flash. So a little bit of info being put together. I'm trying to feel out if there is that stack there. Stacks going to be held back by the smoke for now. Takes a bit of a peek and loses life. Les.
The alarm bot gets put inside the smoke as well. Just
lovely.
No opportunity for him to retreat away from that.
That's a very patient
30
round
seconds
from
left.
Loud.
It is. We did see this executed on Lotus and a couple of concerning examples of it, but 20 seconds left now. You're looking for Loud to make a move.
Yeah, getting a little worried. They need that presence to make its value from Heaven, and it's starting to fall to pieces. Zest's going to make some serious damage occur. 13 seconds. The plant should not be contested, considering how far away RB is. But it is RB.
Had a phenomenal performance on map 1.
Absolutely.
DRX's hero in some regards. Actually does get that. As I wasn't noted initially there, but Les will clean up. Now 2-1 to kick things off on split. DRX will come back in with the purchase now. Some key ultimates within touching distance very early on for Loud. Lockdown, showstopper, and also the Cosmic Divide. Stacks and RB potentially tested in the early round here. It almost looks like a little bit of a bait here. The fault line should set things in motion towards Heaven.
Yep. And it's so pacey. We're at 130. They've already got towards that ramp control, eyeing up Heaven. There's no subtlety to this. They're not being quiet. But look at the split. Still a default in play, a 1-1-3.
I mean, I doubt every time we see this alarm bot up towards Heaven, I doubt we really see DRX commit a player towards ramp. Really suit them and have to respect the double initiator. Actually, I was going to say Zest does catch Sadak on the cross. Nearly slips the net.
That was so quick as well. But now identifying what Loud might have been trying to do.
Marco taking a ton of damage there, actually. Has to TP away.
Oh, they're playing with such precarious timing. Zest slips across.
Actually retrieved his poison orb, yeah? Able to reposition a little deeper now. That's so brave from Zest.
And away we go. Loud going to take the space that was given to them, though. Still looking to maybe end towards A, but the problem is that RB sitting deep. You still got one CT and the additional player, Zest, now sitting to be able to check towards Heaven. RB's got to play this perfectly. Zest can't fall. Stacks has to hold the ground, spots the barrel. He's going to know they're in Heaven. And now we're down to 25. This gets a little bit precarious for Loud. They got to get a move on. They got to clear that site. And Stax is still standing, but for how long? He's got so many players coming his way. The cavalry is here. DRX bringing over the bodies, but look at the pressure from CT. Aspas already down towards it, but Buzz finds the spike. It's gone loose. Can he buy the time? 2 is clears towards heaven. 7 seconds. Stax, can he play his life out? He has to try and stay alive.
Oh my God.
What a pickup! 11 HP and less than a second. What a bit of work!
What a ridiculous round. DRX again executing a similar game plan from map 1, trying to get ahead of these executes, prevent the spike from going down, punishing these late round hits from Loud. It's 11 HP versus 3 as this round concludes.
What a bittersweet moment for Aspas. That was his 1000th. That was the one for him, and it's the one that's not quite in time. Less than a second either side, hey, who knows, but Stax played it just perfectly. 2-2 now. Brilliant game in front of us. Now, ult's there for Stax this round. 1 away for Zest, 2 off from Buzz on the other side. Aspas has his ready, Less ready, 2Es ready. They are locked in for this.
Yeah, there's 3 big ultimates we're talking about here in terms of the split attack. Also going to smoke off. Seeker's invested as well. Loud looking to change the pace up here.
They've been rewarded. Zest goes down. Buzz held back by the lockdown, and Cowanzine going to be grateful for the space that he's been given. Aspas backfilling this, but once the fight dives on in, he's got it. Buzz now down. That's a 5v3 in a plant. This looks almost impossible for DRX to turn.
13 HP on Aspas, and DRX again showing that once this spike goes down, they don't really want to throw anything at it. Going to hold on to these rifles once again. It's only a Bulldog and 2 rifles, should say. Loud will find their 3rd. And what's concerning is if they do continue with it, with just basically preventing or attempting to prevent the spike from going down, how quickly rounds can be decided by just early round aggression from Loud.
Which is so good for them too.
Yeah.
It's like you look at how compounding of a problem that actually is. I wonder if there is going to be a timeout to address that at some point. For now, they go hunting though. They want those weapons gone. Les going to claim the first. That's Stax removed. Marco, can he stand? Yes. Fully blind, obviously. Takes down Les. Desperate to keep that rifle. And he does.
Still got a Cosmic Divide. Obviously, some ultimates invested here. So DRX not going to be able to string together much aside from these 2 rifles carried across. 1 off for Showstopper, though. There's a potential to maybe find a kill.
So where do they, I mean, I guess by all rights, Marco and RB have been playing opposing sides of the map, so that's one benefit for them to try and spread the wealth here, but what can Buzz achieve? Can he get himself ready to go with that Showstopper? Is that even a potential, or does Loud even allow it, right? Look at the pace again. Willing to challenge and willing to fight. DRX, 3 players in middle this time. Aspas the first to try and find it. Vulnerable, got to be careful. It's less to punish. Claiming Stacks and falling back. Buzz taken so low as well. DRX left in tatters. A shot from Marco. Aspas punished.
Beautiful adjustment. This brings us to a 4v4, but that rifle not recoverable. Loud was feeling like they've created enough pressure here to draw a rotation, but we can see otherwise. Still 2 members of, yeah, that's the thing. 2 members of DRX, 1 being Marco with the Vandal in hand.
But the timing could be atrocious, right? If he goes too far, if he gets caught on an island. They were completely unaware. Cowanzine just walking backwards into it. Buzz trying to buy a couple of seconds. Pain Shell coming in, but now they are down to 3 here. But look what remains. You've got to have RB in the position to find impact.
I was going to say, a moment there where you think Sadak's considering the rotation. This is on DRX's side of this. Will spot Buzz.
Flashed up, slowed down. Zest going to try and get in. He's done it. He's taking down Les. Hold on, this could be turned on his head. They've just got classics. Surely not. Sadak now in a 1v2. This has gone absolutely atrociously. Player left, player right. He's got the spike, but only 15 seconds. Tries to spam through the smoke, and Buzz barely breathing, but still standing. So close. Up and over. He's spotted both. He's got him. Buzz. Nasty on the site. And what a way to make it up to this score being all even.
We saw in map 1 as well, a thrifty round being the catalyst for DRX. To string together, to find some comfort. This one was fairly ridiculous as well.
Absolutely.
Even with that, I think the punish comes with Cowan I believe, just outside Garage. That trade comes through so quickly, and then, what, it's a classic in hand for Buzz with sub 5 HP.
Yeah. And now rewarded with all of those ults coming in. The pace, sure, Aspas trying to punish. And look at Buzz, he barely gets out of there. Gonna pop the showstopper, it's gonna be a 1-for-1. No, he's got two! Tell a lie! Buzz finds both. Aspas and Let's Go down. Marco's in on the action. And Loud, they're done for, surely. Yes, Sadak's gonna catch Buzz, but... Okay, wait,
Hang on.
Hold on.
And they've removed the pit.
Yeah, wait. Sadak's made a mountain out of a molehill, and now RB is here, though. The saving grace from map 1, and he wants to do it again. So consistent, so valuable. Keeping DRX ahead.
This is crazy. Well, the Viper's pit comes in literally off the rip. Loud able to get bodies ahead of it, but the showstopper finds 2 in the choke point of Mail.
It's ridiculous. What's that done to the money of Loud, though? Are they still got to buy here? Or?
I'm seeing how they actually settle here. Sadak still on 4K.
I need to blow something.
Yeah, we'll round this out with 2 sheriffs.
Okay.
Gonna make something work, maybe on the back of these ultimates.
It looks fairly simplistic towards A so far. There is no default spread. This is looking like it is their end destination. 3 players already here. Stack's going to position towards CT as per standard. RB on towards the site. And then 1 towards those vents. You can see it already. Zest waiting poised. It's RB to draw first blood, though. Less going to go down. Zest eats the flash, but how is he alive? How is he alive? What? How is he alive? How is he still standing? No right to do that to them. And Loud have nothing to say about this. It's next round. I doubted him before, and they almost turned it, but this one, so far out of touch. Position noted. Players on the way. He's about to be put to his grave. Huge round.
We'll follow up here with a flawless round as well. The economy will swell for DRX. See an answer here from Loud. Well, they might actually call the timeout. This is just going to look... Yeah.
He did just come out.
Literally, Aspas is still behind the wall. Yeah, Loud have called a timeout here.
Yep. But then they can't punish those rotations. They haven't been finding... You need a pocket Sage?
Don't we all? Relatable.
Couple of key ults, yes, but I'm just curious if there is like an overall answer for Loud. I don't think there is, like just that one gear shift, which can work against certain teams, but it's like DRX have shown their willingness to brawl, their willingness to get a little bit down and dirty, which is something they didn't really do before. Maybe their downfall on map 1 a little, but...
this is a contrast, so it's looking way more coordinated, I guess structured or refined on the defense here from DRX.
Absolutely.
And Loud struggling, really, to find a response to that. And this comp really bespoke towards enabling Aspas with the double initiator here. Oh, doesn't even need any utility. Walks up dry, finds that one. Buzz will fall.
He's going to be gutted with that Buzz. Does Marco do a similar thing? Tui's tempted. Marco almost caught there. Does get out. Now DRX have to be careful. A man down.
But the adjustment around like this, I mean, look at the previous approaches towards Mayo. It's been a stun coming through from Tui's, the fault line to set things in motion, a flash from Cowan. A completely dry opener here. Catches DRX off guard. Loud now have time and space to work with.
God, they put in so much faith in RB. Maybe just the lockdown, the utility. It is just him. And Tui's...
Hang on.
Paranoid didn't hit. He's still here. No target noted, and they pivoted. They're going back towards that B side that does have the vast majority of the players towards it. All going to come in. Marco going to be forced out.
Dead.
He is screwed. How is he still alive? He's finally found. Back of the site cleared. Sadak's got Zest down. This is the green light. It's taken a lot, but it's perfectly coordinated. Plant going to come in. And the last two push very far back.
Healing over here.
We were healed up, and no surprise to see Stacks. And, well, as I say that, I didn't even spot Stacks still entertaining the possibility of showing some presence. RB a million miles away from this. But they've passed each other here. Leicester going to have no idea about this reposition. Stacks being hunted elsewhere on the map. Now at least the information will go across towards RB, but shouldn't be able to find him.
No. Surely. I took pretty much everything that... Okay. Pretty much everything
There's
that
one and
Loud
two
had.
as well.
Yeah.
Kaunzin's here. And the gap a little too large.
He's good. That'll be the rifle cap to close affair now. Loud, as said, using a great deal in that round.
But just to come back to that, in terms of what are early signals for DRX, that there's no utility invested towards this opener for Aspas, which with this comp adjustment, you expect it to be. For Aspas to just contact up mid and find that, it's potentially going to force DRX into deeper positions now. Again, if we have examples of utility being invested.
Well, a nice answer as an operator.
Yeah, I was going to say, Buzz can tuck a little deeper now.
Yeah. Now you have to use that utility to clear through, otherwise...
You shouldn't be contacting into mid now. As soon as this operator is revealed, Aspas still dancing with death here.
So confident. He's starting to respect it now by falling away, but he was willing to challenge for that second shot. Loud, again, similar scenes here. Taking over ramp control. We know it's something that they traditionally do. Buzz maybe looking to try and catch someone on the way through, but they've already fallen away from this.
And we mentioned previously, this ramp engagement for DRX is very awkward. RB will find Leicester head Stacks with the backstab as well.
Much more proactive, not allowing the likes of Loud to kind of determine how the round folds out, getting more involved. DRX matters to own hands. Now, Aspas still patrolling in middle. Still a chance, can't get it that time. Stacks outdoes him, left alive on 32, but still standing, leaving Sadak and Tui's with no real progress made. Buzz still waiting, back to target, back to the duty in middle. The flash is there, he knows there was an additional player. Forced off, fancies it some more, hold on, Sadak. Lovely
30
shot.
seconds left.
Before is a large ask of any player.
You heard it, less than 30 seconds left now. Marco slipping back deeper towards B site as well. Making it harder and harder, yeah, just gonna look to hold on to this rifle. And that's down at 900, but the purchase is possible in the next tier for Loud. Concede though, DRX will find their 6th here. We have to see what the adjustment is now, because it's going to force Loud's hand now to invest that utility once again off the rip. It's another curveball demonstrated here by DRX.
But can we just take stock of this beautiful back and forth game, right? Like, this is why this map especially, these two opponents in particular, are so exciting to watch. We've just seen this lovely approach coming out from Loud that worked quite well. DRX find that little bit of a counter, that later round, not completely late round aggression, but taking the space away from that they thought they had so freely. And now we have to see if there's that next step, right?
I do feel like DRX, even map 1 included in this, have benefited coming out of the adjustments. It hasn't been Loud. They've been constantly playing on the back foot.
Yep.
To try and recover, and that's even to say map 1 was 15-30 in their favor.
You should run.
Stacked up now for Loud behind this lockdown. All 5 members. RB wants nothing to do with at least pressuring towards the choke point, but they do have a lockdown of their own.
Okay, lockdown. Not going to find much, but it does open up chance, so they should be able to cross towards the site. Smoke should be still in towards CT, and it is. Loud still being diligent. Nice open plant for them here.
There's nobody up towards heaven here, and the concern being this lockdown will clear most of site. At least force them back towards main. It actually gets put on the left side of the screen, so an opportunity at least.
Denied. Should get taken down here. It
No,
doesn't.
there's nothing.
Okay.
There's no paint shell to follow up.
Oh, But Sadak going to catch RB on the push through, so there's still a little bit of resistance to this. Buzz trying to hold the line as well, going to backfill the space. Isolates one, sprays on the second, two, he's down low. Does Buzz still get another chance at this one? The smoke keeping them safe, but it's Aspas to walk on in, and Buzz obliterates all of them. Down to Sadak and just now less in a 1v2. Halfway found, oh, Marco! Dives on in, halfway achieved. He's got the defuse, and DRX have a 7th.
Absolute madness from Buzz. Comes swinging out with the showstopper as well, denied. But Marco with a beautiful trade. That was absolute insanity.
Show this again. Oh, Buzz. Beautiful work from heaven. Yeah, Marco, look at this.
It's such awkward timing for him as well.
Oh,
It just slipped through Les's fingers.
what a game. This is the opening game, really, for these two teams. It's ridiculous. We're in the group stage. I guess this is Champions. Makes sense. 7-4, though. Buzz back on that operator.
Nothing available off the rip in terms of ultimates here for Loud. One off the showstopper. Aspas again toying with the idea of getting aggressive here.
But look at these two, just dancing around each other. It's so contested. Aspas waiting. He slipped a little bit deeper than maybe they expected. Does Zest get caught? No. Here the Seeker's going on past. His position will be revealed. He has to get ready. Luckily, his teammate deals with him. But it does at least allude to the presence in middle now. First contact truly made. Angle's theirs.
Zest has got a backup judge, though. Force deeper by the paint shell, so we'll have to concede some of this space. But the setup is beautiful here. Buzz is that second layer, second line of defense, and actually Zest gets back into position with his judge.
Here it is, the operator to greet with a smile. Buzz going to connect that one. Aspas gone, tip of the spear, blunt. And now the rest have to try and get past it. Oh, juggling it on back through as well. Back up in case he needs it. The split's coming in and the judge is waiting.
Wait, hang on.
Avoids the sentence somehow. Les is alive, and now there's problems. DRX could get crunched on this one. Marco goes up and actually takes the fight. Doesn't get affected by the flash. Gets to kind of readjust. Doesn't get punished on this. Now we're down to 20 seconds. Kawanzin and Sadak, what are you going to do about it now? Your options are dwindling and you're losing the fight. Buzz is going nuclear in this game. Marco's by his side. DRX holding this lead firmly.
Put on a clinic here in terms of the defense here in the first half. And come back to that same point, Loud, I guess, unable to really pin down one solution to how DRX have adjusted. As soon as this operator came online for Buzz, causing so many issues.
Yep. Gosh, what a fantastic...
For the second half on Split.
I'd love this to go to 3 if I'm honest. Like, I think from what we've seen so far, it'd almost be a shame to not see it go the distance. But what I mean, if Lau can close out with 4, that would be spectacular in its own right. Mike, where's your mind right now coming into this?
I mean, I do want to see the adjustments built around less on the Killjoy here, how well they can actually, I guess, employ this to be able to anchor one side or the other and really take the fight to DRX. Yes, on the defense, but historically, that's what's looked great for Loud on Split.
DRX was so deep on the site already. This is a freebie.
I mean, this was Loud invested towards a trap play elsewhere on the map, so it'll be a full 5v5 in the post plant here.
That's dreamy for them. You can ask for a better beginning. A little bit of util left as well. Buzz goes paint shell too.
But because it was a trap play elsewhere, tons of utility available for Loud on the retake.
And that's going to punish the players on the back of the side. 2 of them caught there. Nice little bit of stall from the Nanoswarm coming in from RB, but how much more can they hold? They've at least navigated away that first layer of the util, put in to facilitate this push back through. They're clearing through the site now, but they have not cleared the back of the site. Zest still going to get away with daylight robbery. Buzz is there as well, but the trade's going to be going back and forth. Tui's still standing. Buzz, how is he evading this? How is he still alive? Finally goes down, and it's Kawanzin and Tui's in a 2v2 against Marco and Stacks, but look at the time. You can hear it ticking. Kawanzin, he does no more. He can do no more. The time has run away. They made it competitive, but it just wasn't close enough.
I'd be curious to see what happened at the fault line invested towards backside. I believe the aftershock also, but 2 members of DRX able to survive in that position. I mean, like I said, a trap play elsewhere on the map from Loud means they have all of this utility at their disposal, but it didn't feel like there was much pressure or value found off that at the start of that retake.
Well, I feel like even though they all kind of came through CT, that one nanoswarm basically saved their
Yeah,
arms,
exactly,
right? Like,
yeah.
that's wild. That one nanoswarm stalled out enough, came out of the stuns, everything. They were good to go. So now that scoreline's looking even worse, right? Insult to injury if you're a Loud fan, if you're a Loud player.
Desperation starting to show, a stinger in the hands of Aspas to try and make something work.
Yikes. Not easy. Bulldogs galore. One rifle.
They can play range on this,
Yep.
even if they don't identify early on. Deal with the turret. And no flank set in motion already. DRX have their sights set towards B. 2Es with a classic.
How long can he dodge and weave this already? The site's being taken over. A valiant attempt to take down Buzz, but again, DRX is overwhelmed massively. The other three still pretty far away, can't quite pounce towards the site itself. And this is where that range factor truly comes into play.
Yeah, classic Ghost and a stinger. DRX tuck themselves into very comfortable positions now. So that's caught. Yeah, headshot lands as well. Just a formality to clean up now. Just Sadak left standing. Only going to be Buzz, I believe, as the casualty. Sadak can find something on the exit here. No. Tagged up, forced away. Have to give it up to the spike. DRX now double digits found. And a 6-round deficit for Loud to try and recover. Very worrying. His first purchase needs to look phenomenal from Loud.
It has to be almost infallible throughout this entire half if they want to have a shot at this. Finding 10 so early on, dream stuff for DRX. But I guess this is the first challenge to pass, right? Can they be competitive here in the bonus round? That DRX come in with a decent purchase. We noted the amount of Bulldogs and just that one gone. So again, it's not exactly a bad buy coming in. Yes, Zest will be on to just that Sheriff, but with a buffer this big, you're willing to even get a little risky on this. You don't have to be too reserved. Aspas, let's get involved early on.
Trailblazers should clear the way for Buzz. Actually setting up for the paranoia up into Heaven here. Well, if the Trailblazer was intended to go deeper into Heaven, it would be a little bit of a gamble if they throw it out, but maybe slowing things down just to catch a heal. Aspas chomping at the bit here. The reposition, trying to greet DRX into nail, but forced off the angle very early on, Lauren.
I'm looking at the pacing coming out from DRX, and it's just purely patient. They've given up a whole lot of space, but considering how deep that dog just came from, I think they're aware of how far Loud's control of B main is going to be residing. Now, where do they go with this then? Do they then turn attention towards A? Do they try and filter elsewhere? Don't fancy the odds towards that B site, and that looks to be the case.
40 seconds left as well. Loud don't necessarily have a solid understanding of DRX are making progress towards, and dealing with the turret here, feels as if that might have drawn the rotation. I mean, Aspas has come across towards the A side of the map.
That B main control is still going to be an issue.
They've got to stay alive, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, they can't challenge now. There's 0 point in this. They just have to play for that retake and make sure it's damn well worthwhile.
A good read from DRX as well. The plant actually on the spawn side of default. Maybe going to see them pivot or push even deeper. Zest punished, though.
Yeah, quick clear. And Zest goes down. Aspas careful on the next steps. Needs those next layers to come into effect. Cowanzi, 2Es need to become effective in this. He can't make through CT on his own. Marco gets dealt with up towards Heaven. Another step taken, down to now the 3. But one of them is Buzz, and he's looking pretty deadly. Towards the back of the site, though, he's got to deliver on a massive amount. Going to take another with him, but now it's just RB in a 1v2. A tap on the spike and his commitment. It's going to be him trying to stick towards us. Less! He's done the damage! He got it to halfway, and he's kept Loud alive.
Just one rifle comes out of a round victory for Loud. Not what you want to see when they still have 5 to find.
Oh, he said it had to be meticulous, right? This was meant to be one of those almost infallible halves that one rifle remaining probably is not going to be enough for that, but we'll see how it kind of boils down, right? We've got the buy round coming in for DRX here. They're going to have that showstopper with Buzz. 2 away from the lockdown for RB. 2 off the Seekers for Stacks. On the other side, very close by for Aspas, though. Almost got that showstopper to invest off the rip.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm
Early
grenade
work, eyeing up that B site, but again, cautious considering how we saw Loud starting just that last round.
Flash will confirm presence. Deep investment, actually, of utility from 2Es. Was negated here off the rip, and Buzz pops with the showstopper. Will clear sight. Loud have to respect this.
Yeah, and he's searching pretty deep with this, clearing through on CT.
That's a ton of information.
It's massive. That's going to allow the plant to come in. No one's going to deny it from heaven. The smoke's still in play. Marco gets to fall away from this. Still paranoid about middle, but you can see how late RB's playing this from Sewer. Very, very late. Considering how deep they cleared CT, that actually could be key to this when RB decides to strike. But Aspas going to get towards the side himself. Going to eat that sun, though. Slow down now. Marco, Buzz, Stacks. Again, the stall is fantastic here. Trying to negate all of that presence from the utility from Loud. They can't quite close the gap. It's messy, but it works for Marco. Stacks and Marco in unison, and they still haven't dealt with RB. He falls, but it's irrelevant, as Les would have to just go and clear everyone in the split second at this point. How much can one man do?
Hang on.
Simply put, not enough time.
Yeah, not enough time. Stacks does fall, but Zest and Marco able to slip away. And DRX are doing so well, like you said, stalling things out in terms of the retake, slowing things down. Loud unable to really follow up on the stun, the gravity well, the paint shell to clear out these tight positions. Marco with 2 huge kills as well to Kaunzin and 2Es. DRX feeling pretty good about themselves here with a 6-round lead. Loud will pump the brakes a little bit, call a timeout. Because they're at a crossroads right now. Showstopper available, Seeker's available, but the finance is not there to support this sort of position. They concede another without investing here. DRX on 12. Leaves no margin for error.
Yeah, do you go in for it now on a weird purchase, trying to make it count, or would you try and fight back from 12?
I mean, it's Loud. It wouldn't surprise me if they do, to be honest.
It's like there is a 50-50 in my mind, but a rough timeout to be had. I mean, even if you look at the trend of this half, 3 rounds to the 1, Loud haven't found their footing here. Now, if we talk about the success of the adjustments, then let's kind of roll it back to the start of this map, kind of discussing that both these teams, I think, historically had their own say in this sort of look that they come in with. Very polarizing, yes, but so far, you've got to say DRX outperforming Loud substantially.
Yeah, and I think with this comp adjustment, you almost want to see Loud doubling down on what this is designed for. Well, it feels like it's designed for, which is aggression and proactivity, but maybe here 3-1 on this half, they haven't had a chance to really get a solid footing to achieve that, especially with the finances. So I wouldn't be surprised. A Stinger and a Sheriff to round out 3 rifles. A showstopper available for Aspas.
Look how deep Zest is sitting, though. Oh, he's seen him. He's like, hello. Aspas is going walkabouts again. What do you do with this again? Again, DRX, their defaults are so meticulous. They're very well drilled. Good work on them consistently. They're not a lazy team when it comes to
And it's another example of just a great read from DRX, anticipating what Loud want to achieve coming out of the timeout.
Might see the first row look towards the A side. We haven't been seeing them exploring it too often as their initial goal, so this could be quite a nice little glimpse. Seekers would be incredibly helpful as well towards Pillar, where 2 players are stacked.
RB one off the lockdown as well. That could be a huge tool in the post plant. They do have, I guess, a trap play set up here with the fault line. It'll be denied here. Buzz has got ahead of it.
Yeah, Buzz is so far ahead. They have no idea of it. Marco not too far away either, going straight up towards those rafters. The perfect start. They find the first 2 picks. The site is clear. Didn't even need the ults to come through. Still had Stacks there with those Seekers. Still now got RB on that lockdown as well. The other 3 are pretty far away. This is not pretty. What are you meant to do with this? You've got a Sheriff, you've got a Stinger. Yes, Kaunzin has the rifle, but finding the first, but you're going to be able to clear this corner? Maybe. Considers it. Looks towards Zest. Finds it. Hold on.
3v3.
They're making a go of it, but can they clear the site here? Upgrade found and they're away. Kaunzin going to try and lead this one through. Marco was blinded for a second. TP's away. Got to get out of danger. Now there's problems. Evacuate the site. 2Es connects. Marco goes down, and now it's just RB! He's fallen! How on earth did Loud turn this one around?
That is outrageous. A 3v5 When DRX have all the comfort in the world.
They had a Stinger, a Sheriff, nothing to play with. And what a bailout from Kaunzin.
Who's had a very slow day so far, but what a time to come alive.
Look at this.
Surgical on the first two. Tui's gifted the first by Marco.
The Young Guns giving them a lifeline here. The new blood keeping them breathing. But do they have the depth to go again? They've broken the buy from DRX with just that one.
And DRX rounds to play with. They don't need to risk an overinvestment. They have 2 rifles to play with, Zest and Buzz, the power players here in round 18. Almost to Loud's detriment, it gives DRX a round in hand to build towards what will be a snowball round.
Oof.
At least this ult cycle looking very healthy.
Toxins going up.
The longer this is drawn out.
But the 2 big boys with the rifle up towards heaven, shoulder to shoulder. And they're very close by. Aspas can remove one. That's a rifle dropped out of Buzz's hands. Can't do much to retrieve that. That's fallen deep within the enemy territory.
Toxins going up.
Still trying to look threatening towards middle, but really Loud are having none of what they're trying to sell.
Problem being as well, that kill comes through so deep in heaven. I was going to say, not retrievable. But Aspas has left the back door open. Kaunzin at least peeking the cross here. It'd be huge if they can retrieve that.
Oh dear. Ooh, too easy.
Nearly.
Got a little nervy on that. Zest and Marco. Now Marco did pick up the rifle. And it is a 2v5. That's a lot to ask. Flash doesn't catch. Zest gets a second lease of life. Hold on. Hold on! Wait, this is Marco in a 1v2. It ain't over yet. Trying to bait it out just a little. He's got his TP and another one in pocket as well. Going to get closer towards this. Smoke just goes up. They have no idea where he currently resides, so they consider the smoke. They certainly do.
No way!
They still
No
go
way!
in! Marco!
What the hell was that?
That's a 2v5. 2v5 just dropped.
The response to a 3v5 from Loud. Marco with the Red Bull clutch here. What an absolute lunatic. And an absolute heartbreaker for Loud. Madness, Lauren.
What are you meant to do now?
And look at the knock-on effect here. I mean, a Sheriff, a Judge, a Bulldog in this round for Loud, but it gets DRX so close to having 5 ultimates. Buzz, the only one missing orbs. 3 away from the showstopper. Some big playmakers. Lockdown to clear a sight, Viper's Pit to secure, Seeker's there for information as well. Lots of options for DRX here.
Recovering it.
I'm barely recovering from that last round. I don't know how Loud are going to do here, trying to steal themselves, kind of calm the nerves after a devastating blow. And surely map 3 on the horizon. Surely we get that gift, and maybe we get
drifted
a
into
brawl
this.
here. They're all on the other side. The flash goes in. Buzz comes out on top, at least with the first. The trade comes out for Aspas. Going to even the score, but they want to burst on this. Seeker's going to go in, but the Paint Shell will deny the burst. Slow it down. But do they continue forward? You can see the temptation on DRX, but they're being held back.
RB actually with a chance to get ahead of Less there, but opts to slip back into ropes on the back of the divide being invested. Sadak, is he anticipating this?
He looked back, he had just, but he's got a challenge.
He's got a judge. Yeah, he's not challenging towards Vents.
He can, oh dear. They aren't going to be able to clear him. Switching up to the classic, but maybe he can catch the cross, but it's all a fake. It's all a fake. The TP's come over. Plants come in, and now there's
swinging onto it.
He's denied it. That's the
seconds.
plant denied. I don't know if they can get towards the site. They've got to clear through him fast. Zest makes quick work of one, but still towards the site we go. RB, is he again going to save DRX here? 2v3, another opportunity, another chance, man advantage for Loud. Surely you don't drop it again, but look at Stax' position.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Stax behind them. They had no idea. And forced in the grave as just Tui's the last one alive. An absolute masterclass from DRX here, but they want to seal it now. The crowd is calling for it. He's got to get past the turret, but now he's got 2 more players to find, and the time is ticking. You can hear it faster and faster now. Map 3 is calling too. He's desperate to connect, but he ain't gonna have it. RB seals it. We're going the distance. Throughout, our expectations have been changed from map 1 to map 2, but
Thrown off, yeah.
Absolutely, but now map 3, Mike. What do we make of this comp switch up here? What does this mean?
I mean, I've been loving some teams kind of adopt the breach more and more in a sense. We've only seen a couple of examples. M80 fans who are watching, I've loved what they've done with it. But for Loud to lean away from the sky here, which, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. It feels like another attempt really to put Aspas in a position to succeed here for Loud. Wide open A site, start things off. Not much chip damage done.
No.
DRX respecting this initially. Oh, shock though, actually, yeah. Sadak down to 36, but will find the open plant.
Oh.
Delivers though. And this
So
lurk
clean.
tucked into short.
So very clean. Does go down in the end to Marco, but look at the post plant. It's all tucked towards like under sight. Very, very dedicated towards this. And the HP is pretty low. Kaunzin, Sadak all low. Aspas sitting pretty, but the rest suffering a little here.
Not going to come through. Dealt with immediately. DRX unable to find a steady footing just yet.
They got
Time
to
ticking
blood.
away.
They haven't got a kill just yet. They need to get a...
Hang on,
oh,
what?
RB's found 3! And now it's down just 2. And he's kept back by the smoke. Oh, he got a classic. RB so low. Oh, RB!
No way!
No way!
Can you believe it? He's finally finds a knife, but it's too late. The defuse comes through. Unbelievable scenes to kick things off on Ascent. What a ridiculous round, Lauren. Another 3K from RB, by the way. Another in a pistol round as well.
I don't know what to make of that. I really don't. Nice little high flash to allow Buzz just to peek on that corner. Looks like DRX want to get proactive here. Sheriff's in hand, though. Allowed, and we've seen this wouldn't be the first conversion of just those pistols, so DRX do need to be quite cautious about this, as Loud have made decent progress up towards Cap. Gonna node Sadak. Send the paranoia. But we can see where that spike is. This is all just testing the waters.
Despite not committed anywhere, you're right. Well, not really given a chance at an opening engagement just yet. Stacks and Zest set up to receive any pressure towards mid, and Aspas does find one. Stacks will fall.
Oh dear.
Just trying to equalize here, and luckily does. Not rewarded any further, though.
Do you get that funny feeling that we've seen this before?
Does lightning strike twice?
Marco, this is so dangerous. No, he's not going to get punished. Actually, yeah, he's going to get punished. He absolutely is. Trying to get proactive in these scenarios just feels almost too deadly. It puts it all down to RB here. And Allowed have the biggest opportunity yet. Buzz on the other side of that. And Sadak finds him. It's all on RB here. Has to do wonders. Kaunzin low, but Sadak now has that Bulldog. Isolate.
Hang on.
15 seconds. RB, this readjustment is out of this world.
Oh.
Yes! Finds the shot. Gets Loud a second. This wouldn't be the first time, and it certainly won't be the last.
Just 37 HP left on less. Another 3K from RB. But Loud tie it up. A response here in round 2. And yeah, a couple of members of DRX, like I said, I made this comment in map 1 a few times. DRX doing things that are just uncharacteristic. Loud capitalizing here on Ascent. A little overzealous. Hang on. Right off the rip here, Buzz. All the way into tiles. Very early on, the pinch from B main comes through. That's on red alert right now.
What is going on? I've never seen DRX just pushing out wildly like this. Oh, you're pretty, but Les does get it done.
Ton of damage done by Buzz.
Yeah, but it need RB to be the one, or
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the classic. Who knows at this point? But it's just very messy so far. That's the only vulnerable one, really. Everyone else sitting quite healthily. Stax, does he get the ample opportunity?
Hang on.
He absolutely does. That's a big upgrade as well, huge. He's got himself a Phantom, and we're going to have this right back at him now. A 2v3. And look at the double pump, they're not far away. Loud have come back around towards the B site. Oh, B's going to get an eyeful of this. Spots him. Oh, the biggest jump scare of his life, but Stax can maybe make it here pretty well. It depends on the timing. Does he slip the smoke? Does he respect it? What does he want to do with this? Gonna hear the steps, and he wants to try and get ahead of this. They have no idea.
That's just not holding it, yeah.
Stax has gone so close. This could be out of this one. Oh my God! Deadly on that first shot, but kept in check by Tui's. Now be Loud, making it out of the gauntlet here. The second to their name.
Damage done, so mitigating some of that value from flipping the thrifty. Thripping the flifty. In round 2. Loud looking very comfortable in terms of this first ult cycle. One off the pit. Rolling Thunder available for Sadak. Odin in hand for Kawanzine, so nobody actually in position for DRX to maybe be caught off guard unless we get a reveal over the top, but not going to happen.
Aspas blistering pace to the space he wants to take on this, but does get slowed down by the util coming in, but he's right back to it. Again, it will be Marco on the other side. Util in the way, should at least keep that paranoia from building in Marco's head. Knows that if anyone does try and progress further, there will be at least a warning. The eventual A piece, it looks like, is going to be coming through.
And there was a chance there because the drone actually only confirmed one member outside B main. Allowed to really step up the pace, but slowed down by the paranoia. Try and re-hit here.
Nice clear of the util. And here comes that ult. This should be almost wraps for RB. He looks dead to rights, yeah, dealt with so quickly. Aspas wanted more towards heaven, and Zest with 3! The triple, the 4th! Zest! It's all his own unless the last one alive. 3 to find of his own here, pit to hand. Flash does connect to the door, gonna get broken. Looks vulnerable, put to the knees. Marco, gonna tie up this score now, 2 apiece.
Beautiful response from Zesty. The Rolling Thunder clearing all of A site out. Loud, unfortunately, only find 2 kills on the back of it. The swing is, I mean, you can't fault the swing here from Loud, but Zest just lines him up. Response in kind from DRX ties things up 2 apiece. Hunter's Fury here, lockdown available for DRX as well. 3 rifles, 2 pistols here. Loud, the swing on, Buzz rewarded. Tui's and Sadak fall off the rip.
Stellar play from Buzz. I'm loving seeing this proactive look to DRX. We've seen it across the map now. Not necessarily out of character, but seeing how much they're willing to commit to this against Loud is just lovely to see. And now it falls down to the likes of Aspas, Kawanzine and Less to create an opportunity out of very little. Yes, they have mid-presence, but far from control. Utility from RB, gonna note the presence. And Aspas with the shots to follow. But look at, again, look at how deep RB's cleared on this. There's only so much. They've got them boxed in on this map. It's gonna need one of these Loud players to break through.
Don't need an overstep at all from DRX. Les has got ahead of the wall though. Buzz was not aware of the possibility.
Hello. Oh! Almost went wrong.
Mid.
Now
That spike going down.
Figure it out. Should really decide things. There's not much time for Loud to really recover from this position. And RB slips even deeper. Yeah, 30 seconds left now. Less on his way towards the spike, but it's 2 solo missions here from Loud.
Yeah, they're banking on Aspas finding that pick on site. Maybe freer than expected. Now RB should be noting this and might catch him in the back on the way through. He doesn't, but that should call red alert to Zest, who should know what's coming his way, and it's a scrappy round. 13 seconds now. The store going to come in. Stax just takes a little bit of a look. He's going to find enough. That spike going down should seal this. There's nothing more to be done here. Aspas can try and do damage, and he ain't going to do enough. Buzz and Co doing very well here. DRX holding on.
We'll pull one ahead. We'll see previously a couple of pistols to round out the purchase. Loud now with the Blade Storm in hand. One away from the Nightfall. Some ultimates to invest potentially. Yeah, DRX so happy to commit to early round engagements here. And everybody stepping up. I mean, I said this at the end of split. Everybody delivering for DRX
Get out of my way.
in a number of situations. Oh, Buzz dashing right through here. Calzine holds the line.
And it ain't just one of those guns. We got two here. Let's takes a look. What a wild game we're seeing. Aspas looking for that surgical precision. The rest, brute force. Eyeing up the A site.
RB does have the lockdown, so DRX as 3 going to explore middle here. Not rewarded. Another Odin kill comes through. Stack's not noted just yet. Could be played in here by Marco. I think he has been, yeah. Stack's a ton of information here.
Oh, the timing! He just about catches one. Takes down less. Flash goes in. That's the spike to the right. Keep that in mind. That's on Cowanzine. Oh! Catches him! The nade goes in as well. He can do so much with Stacks. He's out of this world. 3 big picks, and he's doing serious damage to Loud. He's going to look for the follow-up on Tui's. Too far, even for him. But he almost had him then.
You're almost willing Stacks on in that situation. But the response comes from Loud. Operator in hand now for Buzz.
What
A
an
stack of
obscene
ultimates. Yeah. Another situation where DRX happy to be proactive, take the fight to Loud. Not rewarded here. I mean, it's 8 HP from Cowanzine to survive.
Ridiculous.
Same setup with the utility from RB again. I'm going to try and prioritize short control here to make sure that lockdown does find value. But Loud, I mean, they've been splitting this with 3-up catwalk primarily, so definitely doesn't feel comfortable to rely on that lockdown and commit towards a retake.
Here.
An operator coming out. Could be interesting.
Enemy
Yeah,
kill.
absolutely is. Les goes down. Now, with that noted, do Loud try and pivot quickly, or what do you do with this information now?
It does weaken the catwalk side of this split. I was saying usually 3 members to funnel through here. But with RB committed towards side, it doesn't feel like a retake setup. Marco slips across after the utilities invested to clear Wine. It's going to be played in here.
Yeah, oh, the paranoia is so good. That's going to catch both. Finds the first. Does get flashed up. Doesn't quite find the follow-up, but he's got to note it. Now falls too. He's still standing. It's Cowanzine to break through towards the site as well.
30 seconds
Making the best of a bad situation. They've at least got the site here. TP, toyed with, but taken towards site.
You're going to hear that. I don't think the information's been relayed, but Hunter's Fury here to potentially clear out.
That
Looks at
catch?
Cowanzine. Doesn't find the kill, though.
13 seconds. How's that nade? Pretty decent. Tui's got to back away from that. Just drift away slowly, cautiously,
Cowanzine 11
carefully.
HP, Lauren.
They're so low. Both of them going to be feeling this one. Oh, the shock dart. Got to be careful by every single aspect, these two players. Feeling so vulnerable. Spots a pixel. Cowanzine does damage towards Stacks. Can he control towards Heaven? The pressure coming in from short. Dash taken. Isolates the first. Now down to Cowanzine, and he can't deal with Buzz. The two left alive. This close affair between these two will break ahead for DRX, making it up to 4.
Oh, was that important?
I'll be down at 200. I mean, Loud could invest back into this. We have seen him a couple of times in this series already. Happy to proceed with 2, potentially 3 rifles. Beautiful cleanup from Buzz here. And the
Lovely.
bait with the dash. Zest, the sacrificial lamb. I will call a timeout here, just ahead of round 8. It's been difficult to really pin DRX down, honestly. Even in the rounds where DRX have given away a first blood, it's that mid-round that still felt pretty comfortable for them.
And does this indicate a rebuilt DRX a little to you? Because this isn't the traditional standard I've seen from DRX. I mean, they've always been very solid here, but it feels a little unique, maybe a little out of character slightly, or is this maybe just a response to playing Loud? Where do you think this falls on the scale?
You could argue this is rolling back to the early flash and dash meta that
Yeah, I guess.
DRX themselves
Long
kind of
time,
famed.
yeah.
But it's interesting to see, like I said, in some of the rounds where you don't expect DRX to be the aggressors, to be the ones to really take the initiative, they are. And that's really surprising because Loud are ones that usually thrive in those situations.
Exactly.
They're great at receiving aggression.
Oh, that's the wild thing as well. As a team like Loud, they were always good at kind of, be able to flip the switch of pacing and be able to either be the aggressor themselves or receive it and kind of play around it perfectly. They knew how to play the game style as well. Their best looks, right? It was one of their biggest compliments. But here, struggling a little to get a grip on DRX. Not completely. I mean, once we've gone into the swing of things, we'll have to see how it settles down a little. Bear in mind, that second round flip certainly turned the scoreboard, so don't get mistaken just yet. Pay attention to these buys as we go back in. Operator still with Buzz. Still got that nice timeout music playing. It's banging. It's gone now. As we do have an A site here, that should catch both players. And now Marco and RB trying to stand up to the task here. Lots of pressure their way. Beautiful reveal. Aspas goes down, punished by Cess. Marco! That TP was unbelievable. Les! What on earth? The spray connects perfectly. Punishes 3, but now look at this 1v1. Door shut, but he gets ahead of it here. He's playing with expectations and timing, but he's 21 HP.
He needs to make use of this time, though. Buzz still looking towards A site. Now the penny has dropped. But Les does have the pit. He can secure this plant perfectly on B site. Notoriously difficult. And if Buzz doesn't swap out this operator, it'll become even more problematic.
But for Buzz to swap it out, he's got to go quite far.
Yeah.
He'd have to have gone towards the site. So now he's working back in with an operator to hand, no knives.
What's the secondary?
Let's find
He's
out.
21 HP.
Unless he hits.
You're almost looking towards him using the secondary.
Shot in the dark. Shot in the dark. Okay,
The
the
perfect
shorty
tool.
comes out. Hold on, Les is 21 HP. Buzz has a shorty, and they're closing in. Oh, Les got him. What a round from Les. The Red Bull clutch coming out big. I want to see that spray again. Show me what he did to them. Because I thought Marco had him on the ropes.
Marco's TP was
Godsend.
just insanity.
Godsend.
This.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Come on. Come on. It's ridiculous. Jeez. That's broken the buy for DRX.
It felt like we're firmly in control, even where it was getting scrappy, a back and forth exchange. We're gonna have to relinquish some of that control. Buzz actually on the dash out from the flash.
What?
Yeah, Stacks follows up with a ghost. Is it another thrifty from DRX?
They don't know when they're done. They don't know when they're beat. It doesn't matter the weaponry or the round. They're still there, and I'll be feeling that pressure. Calls out for support. He's got Zest here. So they can no longer progress forward comfortably, but they've already slipped through a little closer here. RB not feeling on the side, though. Zest got to be careful. He's the one now taking all the attention, but he's seen one, he's seen two. RB's still alive.
Got the
here.
headshot, Aspas.
Oh, he goes down. They clear through well. They're keeping hold of this, but here comes the cavalry. Here comes those rifles. The big boys have made it. High flash to facilitate. And look at the HP. Aspas is on 2. He's standing guard. Kawanzine connects. And now a 3v3. Aspas going to try and readjust position, but the timing just past check. Yes, he does. Aspas goes down. Flies in. No trade comes out. Held back by the smoke, by the seas. And now there's problems. It's all down to Kawanzine.
5 HP.
He's on the back. Oh, he's gone down. Stacks pins him down. Forces him to the next round. And DRX, look at that start. Tell me when we've seen that sort of stuff from them. Absolutely sky-high confidence. Look at this. Doing this to Loud.
It's a stinger and a ghost, Lauren.
That's what turns it.
적군이 한 명 남았습니다. 아군이 한 명 남았습니다.
DRX elevating in some of these rounds where the odds are stacked against them.
You shouldn't win those rounds.
And it breaks the bank of Loud after Loud have done the hard work to rip away that financial advantage that DRX had.
This is a heavyweight matchup between these two, right? Every punch that is landed has such knock-on effects. As soon as one round's gathered, one's answered back, but it breaks the bank. One rifle on 2Es. Hero potentially needed now. Couple of ults, yes, but not the ones to maybe invest into this round. Aspas, imagine if he had the knives here, that could be a lovely little addition. But a creep up towards middle coming out. That's what Loud wants to do here.
Zest got to be careful here.
He might get closed down on, does get gun out in time. Aspas, oh my God, he still lands the shot. Zest, got to be careful. Oh, Aspas stellar shot comes in. RB trying to fall away. He's down to 23 as well. Buds is going to try and catch the cross. He's there in time. He should be able to punish. He doesn't get the shot he wants to. Aspas with the second lease of life here. Flash again. It's all this pressure mounting. Finally they cross with a spike. Shorty in hand. Buzz catches Aspas, but they're flooding the side. RB! He's just stunned up. A DRX hold on again.
It's so difficult for Loud to apply pressure to a single member of DRX after Zest falls. Great coordination to find that. But then further, what do they pin down? DRX just make it so difficult for them.
How is he still doing this?
No
How is he
clue.
still doing this? Get out of here. What are you meant to do?
It's again around where it's just one rifle, but they find the opener.
Yeah.
They find at least a gap to exploit. See another flash and dash maybe.
Looks like it. There we go. That's two players down there. This time, though, they're so aware of it. Cal and Zine ready and waiting, but they didn't expect Marco to double down. He joined him, and it ain't just one. You don't fight one of DRX. There's two, there's three, there's four, and now you got to find your way back in. RB. No access to the site today, folks. Aspas and Sadak, what are you meant to do now? Left adrift, left alone at sea. Sadak up short with the spike, and then you got down towards middle. Aspas.
Loud are so well poised to receive this early on, but Marco goes above and beyond logic almost.
Absolutely. Oh, but it is Aspas and Sadak, right? So it's like there's that little air of caution. And it's not just us feeling it, it's DRX too. Look how deep they are. Full respect. They know these guys can be deadly. First fight, it ain't clean enough. Stack sends him away. Sadak trying to shut this down, but I told you once, I'll tell you again. You don't get fair fights on DRX.
Last round in the half.
Round 12. The purchase not going to be comfortable for Loud, but no option but to invest. Oof. Beautiful stuff from Marco. An insane series. I'll say it again, firing on all cylinders from DRX. Everybody stepping up to the plate.
Yes. Oh, keep in mind, Marco is their bottom fragger right now.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's doing that.
Exactly. Just keep that in your minds. Loud are facing a demonic level DRX, and Buzz isn't stopping. He's still doing this damage to them. Aspas is already gone. This is on a broken bye. Everything's been seen and read. Zest does go down. First time they've drawn blood, and there's no instantaneous trade here. Now look at the rest of the map. Marco taking middle a little. You got RB testing towards short. And sorry, excuse me, A main. They've already taken a lot of space away from this. If Loud want to readdress the rest of the map, they got to clear meticulously. They've got 1 minute and 12 to do it.
Problem being, if they do drift back into what we have seen, the late round option being up catwalk or splitting 8, RB will find the weaker side of that split. But
Stacks?
does he go exploring here?
Stacks?
He's
He's
tucked
chilling.
into logs. Is he re-cleared?
I mean, Buzz might bait him in, you know what I mean? Might have a little bit of fun. Who knows? It's TP time. Hello. Spots out Marco. That's about it.
Planted the seed of doubt for Buzz. He was considering rotating there.
Yeah, but it still just keeps playing in Stacks.
He's baited
Do
perfectly.
Not forget about Stacks. Gonna punish less. Notes no one else on the push-up. Paranoia gets in too. He dives in. Takes him away. Now Buzz played back in on this. Beautiful synergy, but the adjustment. A quick pivot from Loud. Eyeing up that A site. But look at RB's position. Look at where he's gone to. They can take
No
all this
way
space. They're feeling.
they clear him.
No, of course you don't. Of course you don't. You're dreaming of this. This is ideal. This is a dream come true until it's a nightmare. The lockdowns come in. Cow and Zine, pick your poison. Do you try and fight it? Do you accept your fate and fall to DRX, who are playing a beautiful game?
Another A4 half for them as well. A similar situation, Loud unable to really pin down a response. There's no tangibles for them to work with. No weakness to exploit in this DRX defense. RB topping the board once again.
And Loud are one of those teams I still will always put warnings with, danger with. They are deadly on all accounts, but right now,
Moves on.
Oh, come on. This is a group stage, first game. Map 3 here, 8-4. And there's a reason we kind of talk about Loud as having that X factor, right? There's always a chance with them. They get fired up, they get something going. But DRX are playing above their station here.
For sure, but I want to hear something that Tom's just touched on, which is they need to double down on this composition now. Yes, sure, no Sentinel, you can maybe play less into that sort of same role, the same sort of impact in certain rounds, but we need Aspas and Sadak to really be the driving force of this defense for Loud. Currently both sitting on 3 kills. They have mountains to climb.
I can't believe that. When you,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that he only had 3 kills this game. I mean, a rare underperformance from him. Chance to make up for it here, though, in the second half. You can see DRX creeping slowly towards that A site. Loud on the other side, focusing towards tree, towards short. No one actively holding. High Flash will set this in motion. These executions have always been historically wonderful. Sadak forced away, and the site's theirs.
Nearly caught off guard, but not going to be any flank coming through. Majority of this coming through the doorway, actually. DRX have got 2, potentially 3 guns trained on this. Stacks will find the first, less will fall.
Who's the next lamb to the slaughter? Who wants to walk in? Stacks will get forced away. The dash goes in. Aspas needs to connect, and he does! Doubles down on it too. Taking away Stacks from the equation opens up a chance to a 3v3. HP low on Buzz and Zest, but Zest already looking a little warm in this one. Oh, belting shot from Aspas. Finally warming into this matchup. Doubling down on his initial score near on. The view's gonna come through, and Loud make the impact we knew they needed.
A couple of bits of key utility missing there. The C's going over the top. Fortunately landed on the rooftop. Didn't matter too much. Aspas able to pave the way. Even with this smoke, DRX was in a really disgusting post plant here. Allowed to have the time and space to sit behind it. Wait for that smoke to expire. Looking for a string of rounds here to kick off the second half, Lauren, to give you any hope of Loud recovering on the decider.
I mean, good to see an activation, really, of Aspas as well. Just a confidence builder in its own. A good start to things. And already, initial intent going to be denied. Tui's going to hold them back here. Be careful, though. DRX not coming in without at least a little bit of threat. Going to see the Ghost, 3 Sheriffs as well. Kit for Marco, but the rest really not bringing too much forward. Just testing the waters here.
Here.
Not much for DRX to really act upon. Loud actually taking a lot of space away in terms of the deep positioning in towards Wine. Be tough to really pin down an opening engagement, but Aspas, a little bit of space between him and the next teammate, maybe.
Hard to police that weapon if he did fall, but
Buzz dealt with very clean.
Aspas, this is dangerous, but it's fine. Okay, it's Marco to succeed on towards Tui's, but Aspas is really taking some very brave fights, which, fortunately for him, the rest of Loud are there, so there shouldn't be a threat of that rifle falling away. Will be kept, 3 stand. The Vandal remains.
Ticking the box here, at least look at Loud start here to the second half. See any investment behind this, or just Sheriffs to round it out? Aspas actually with this start, 1 away from the Blade Storm already. Honestly, it doesn't look as if they're going to set up to really contest an orb. And Breach actually in that regard, very good at clearing out those sort of choke points towards both. Now DRX, they have a response here in round 15.
Aspas given that rifle again. First opportunity beckons. Tag, no frag, gonna fall away. That's gonna be Buzz on the other side then. Taking a little bit of that space towards middle. But again, caution being aired here by DRX. Trying to protect this first buy, not to fall to any of the naughtiness that Loud may be up to in this bonus.
I'm curious, it's another round where it looks as if Sadak and Tui's, in terms of the application of the breach, are just there to slow things down. The paranoia and the fault lines are really stop DRX from advancing onto site. Not necessarily to put Aspas in a position to succeed.
Yeah.
It's on the opposite side of the map.
And this is going to compound that, right? They're going to be feeling quite confident. This leaves Aspas very alone. He could get overwhelmed. He has support coming in from the other side of the map. Unfortunately for him, it's Aspas. But the paranoia is good enough, but does he get to keep his life? Desperate for it, 5 HP, trying to find his way out. keeps himself standing. Excellence shown. Aspas. Oh, this guy's a demon right now. He's got 5 HP. How is he still alive? He should have been dead hours ago. And now Stax is all that's left. And Aspas just had a round.
The Prime Gaming flawless from Loud. The DRX first purchase here in the second half. We'll put them just 1 round away from tying things up. It's just ridiculous how he's still isolating individuals.
Reminds you of that safe moment.
Yeah,
before,
it does,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
from B main.
Beautiful.
Now Bladestorm in hand for him. Allowed some sort of comfort, which has been absent through this series, even with a very close map 1. It hasn't felt comfortable for Loud. Talked about them being on the back foot. The recovery factor being tested. Buzz looking to get ahead of this aggression though.
Yeah, gonna pick up the pace, and there's just Buzz on the Bulldog. And the rest on Sheriff's.
It's not another DRX Thrifty, surely.
Well, I feel like there might be a weird chance. Now, we'll find out. I mean, there should be a lot of utility left with Loud considering the pace that DRX took towards this, but does Zest get some timing here?
He's missed less.
Yeah, he has. Oh, and Les didn't miss that. Zest goes down, Aspas steps on in. Maybe not another round like this time around. Aspas has something to say about this. Starting to heat up here. When they need him the most, he is responding to the call as RB. Not gonna get it this time around. Loud tying up the scoreline. This is the 3rd map we wanted here.
Resilience being shown. And already Aspas, ended the first half on 3. Not sure where he's up to already. But definitely the deciding factor, yeah.
15.
Up to 15.
Woof.
12 kills in 4 rounds.
That's, they needed it. They needed someone.
Yeah.
They needed a spark. Now,
And to come back to the same conversation that Tom was starting on the desk as well, it really is him. With this sort of composition, another example in this series where it feels tailor-made to put Aspas in a position to really be victorious for Loud as a whole.
it's quite bizarre though, isn't it? Because sometimes it doesn't seem as though they're trying to play him in that regard, but we're yet to see the full depth of it, I guess, right? That bespoke look that they have just for Aspas, and you can see why they do it. It's highly valuable. The guy is one of the best talents in the world. Who's doing Marcus and Noise? Who's doing that production? You guys having fun? Not you, audience. Don't worry, you're fine. Beyond that, though, he's got the knives. Full buy.
It's a good shout.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I bet you're a huge fan. Now, what does DRX do on this, right? Timeout hit. Is it deal with Aspas? Can we identify where he is, considering where Sadak is, or where any of the others are? It doesn't feel as though that's the case. How do you get a beat on someone like Loud right now?
Well, Aspas actually donning the operator now.
Well, new looks.
Yeah. So another set of protocols for DRX to overcome, or at least adjust. Said previously, been pretty good for it. Is this a stun into the TP, maybe on the back of the reveal?
I think. Let's see. Looks a little like it, doesn't it? They're being forced away deep.
DRX is just so aware.
Yep.
Look how quickly Stax and Marco can disengage.
Then this kind of pendulum swings into Les's hands, really. How much time can he hold on to this, or does he just have to kind of give this one up? I feel as though he has to accept that the site is no longer his.
Yeah, especially after being tagged by the drone, he can't really re-peek onto that. It's going to be an open site here for DRX. Utility set up as well from RB to maybe slow down any progress towards lane, but Blades popped. Aspas looking to get aggressive here.
I was going to say somewhat nullifying the value of that operator, but then again, it is Aspas. Oh, the paranoia though. Hold on, that could actually be a real problem here. Stack's going to capitalize. Takes down 1 and the 2nd. DRX getting a little active in this post plan here. Tui's forced to fight, takes down Stacks. He took down Buzz as well, don't forget that. And now into the 3v3, we look at the site itself. Shock Dart does connect, but RB trying to play it out quietly in the corner, and RB strikes again. Taking down more as Cowan seeing the young gun. Got 3 to find and so little time to do it. He's running low on precious seconds, and RB's had enough.
I feel like I've said this 20 times now, but a 3K from RB. It's actually outrageous, the performance he's had today. And like I said, so quickly DRX able to be in position to feel out the aggression on A, and then look how quickly, look how decisive they are. To to progress on to B, and it's just the owl drone tag, honestly,
Yeah.
that prevents Les from having any say in the matter. Can't repeat con, can't bank a snake bite into the choke point. So we'll find their 9th.
First real strike in the second half, though. Loud have been really determining the outcome. Still able to fashion quite a strong purchase here, of course, as well. As RB being forced quite deep further away. In the meantime, though, DRX looking to at least kind of present the concept that they might be working towards middle, but we can see their end goal. You can see where that spike is. You can see where they're slowly and quietly heading towards. And it's patient work from them.
Less in a position to really split this execute, though. 2 snake bites and the orb set up in main. So he's actually not in position there if DRX catch the timing. We have the null command. That would prevent any stall coming out if Stax decides to pop that.
Well, you can see the side take in motion once again. And it is meticulous. It is beautifully crafted. So respecting that, Loud going to sit pretty deep towards it already. Going to give up the side. You're going to have that late mid presence from RB. He can kind of catch and make sure no one can comfortably go up towards Cat, but he might have that late lurk as well coming through. That could be huge. And in the post plant, Stack's going to pop the ult. Make it even harder on the way back in.
Going to buy a lot of time as well, but allow Loud to fully reinforce and set up. Potentially to explode on the back of that ult expiring.
And it is really only 2 towards the site currently. This is a lot of strain on their shoulders. Stax is down to 37. Dependent on the support system coming on in, that late presence from Cat will have to be critical, but the time is starting to run low. If Loud want back in, they got to go now, they got to go fast, or they're going to lose out in this one. And they have no idea. Marco not getting checked on, does eventually fall to Aspas. The spray and the pray not going to work out this time. Tui's on the collection, but it's Zest who can't make it work for the time. They've run too low on it. DRX going to make it to 10.
And that's crazy because Loud are, like I said, in a position to explode on the back of the null command expiring. But they can't pin down enough players at DRX to actually get the half defuse coming through. I mean, the open plant saves DRX there.
Yeah.
Is anywhere different. So look at the kill feed here.
God.
A crucial kill from Zest. So Aspas is just less than half a second away from finding that half defuse.
You can see the frustration now as well. But
Yeah,
look at
immediately,
DRX.
yeah.
Look at the ults they've got here. That could be almost the killing blow. They're going to have a snowball round in hand, excluding Stax' ult, sure, but the rest all very much there. But Aspas backfilling the space.
Need another round to really break the funds, though.
Bomb grenade out.
But double digits found. You don't want to see Loud letting another one slip. Hunter's Fury invested here.
Oh.
Does it find the kill? It does, yeah. Kawanzin will fall.
Oh dear. So it puts it on this man.
He has to deliver here.
And he's come alive. Brought back from the grave of the first half now. It has to be his time to shine. Cautious on the clear, but he's still going to deliver the first bullet. Perfectly placed towards Buzz and falls away. Expecting that pressure to come back. Special playing with your life. So he did spot out Stax.
But that should put Sadak and Tui's on red alert because there's only one spotted. They actually...
They're looking towards middle?
Yeah, they're giving up some space towards main, and that's where 3 members of DRX are. Recon Bolt maybe going to give away some info.
You should run. 30 seconds left.
Lockdown will clear the site. They're looking to tuck into hell, though, here. Everybody from Loud here nice and early.
Oh,
The snake bite will prevent progress.
Really nice stall on this. And it's going to be 17 seconds. They're down to the wire here. Going to TP through towards the site. Can they get the plant down uncontested? Looking for it. Zest's going to try and take away Sadak. Zest on the follow-up as well. Lester's gone down. And it's Tui's barely on this site for a couple of seconds. But he's trying to find that player in towards hell. It's Marco on the other side. What is going on?
Marco is a criminal right now.
Ow! Move over, Stewie 2K. There's a new smoke criminal. Marco makes light work of Tui's, leaving just Aspas alive in a 1v3, and he's surrounded. He might not even get out of this one. Trying to step away, and Stax is hurting him. Take the fight, beckoning him in. Oh dear, has to creep closer. The flash. Oh, denied! He tries to run away, but you can't escape the clutches of Marco.
Absolute poltergeist on A's side.
How's he doing that?
That is ridiculous. I mean, you can see as well, Tui's like, wait, hang on.
I
Who the hell's
swear
that?
he was here.
Who the hell's
There's a
that
man
slipped
here.
into hell?
Look at this. Like, watch this back. Zest as well. Obscene round.
All 4 members of Loud were either up in the smokes or down in hell. And they're punished on the swing out. This has been such a crazy series, Lauren.
Obscene. So timeout comes in for Loud, and I think rightly so, right? DRX now on 11, and they're starting to get into the weird and wonderful sort of rounds, right? Where stuff's going a little out of expectations. We're starting to see that kick up in form. Aspas alone isn't enough.
He has
to kick
popped
Loud.
off
He's
the
tried.
second half.
God damn, that man has tried. You can't say he hasn't. He has been pushing limitations.
And just to come back, it's not in the way that you'd expect with his composition. He's not being set in motion by Sadak. He's not really playing alongside Cow and Zine.
Yeah.
He's able to stand on his own 2 feet and deliver here, but...
Needs more.
Definitely.
Which is asking so much, right?
I mean, the gap was so big at the halftime.
Yeah.
They've done the hard work, right? They found 4 unanswered to kick off the second half, but now DRX on 11.
Deep breaths now.
I mean, the only person coming away from this round with money is Sadak at 24.50.
Oh.
Ultimate's on the brink. 2 away from the pit, 1 off the Rolling Thunder, 1 off the knives as well for Aspas. They can't let another one slip.
They can't. And is this just going to be an A piece? It's going to be less than 2 to try and hold on to it?
First time Sadak's not been here as well.
Yeah.
The only stall they have is less a snake bite. I mean, Paranoia too.
But look how deep they're searching on the other side. This is the first time they've fully gone, clearing deep towards B main this early. There is the turret there, but that's about it. So, again, they could try and cheat over a player early, but it looks like DRX still want to go back to this. Little adjustment on the execute, and this time Les going to try and find that fight. It's Sadak to bail him out. Takes away Buzz and gets to keep his life. Sits deeper on the site. They've weathered the initial storm.
DRX respond from this now because RB doesn't really have any space to work with in the lurk. And you know today, Aspas, a very deep position. Was here previously, did catch Buzz, I believe, in a prior round. Is the awareness there?
This late as well.
Stax doesn't have a knife to really clear this deep information. Are they going to invest a flash to clear out B main?
No one's on this side of the map apart from him. It's on Aspas. We said someone else had to join him. He has been monstrous, but he has to be perfect here. 4 players on the other side. The knife does not connect. Oh, but the shot from RB does. This man is out of this world. Having a god tier performance, Cowanzine just about making it back in time, but I don't think he can do much about this. Tui's with the TP, hoping for the best. Maybe he's got a little bit of a spot at this one. He's so unaware that RB was on the back of the site. DRX just demolishing Loud. Trying to pull out all the stops here and nothing's working. So Sadak, unless presented the near on impossible feat.
What do you throw at this? You've got the Rolling Thunder, but the Purchase is going to struggle behind this.
And look how deep some of these players are sitting. Zest, miles away. Yes, there's 3 on the side, but is this the round you try and pull that trigger on? They got to try and get there fast, but there's so much in their way. You can see it. Losing that hope. Marco's taken away. Sadak and Les now has to face the music. Do you try and take the fight? You don't even get away with your life. DRX making it to 12. Loud held on 8. And this is where the nightmares truly begin.
DRX have looked clinical in 4v5s today.
Yes, sir.
Another round, they concede Buzz. I feel like he's had a number of first deaths, but it hasn't really mattered. Bigger picture-wise, DRX's recoveries have been incredible today. And there's players like RB, like Marco, like Stax to really swing things back in their favor time and time again. We talked about the finances, Bladestorm available, but Rolling Thunder invested off the rip. Nothing on the other side.
And they're just running, they're making a dash towards the A site.
Loud might even still get ahead of this.
Yes, he's going to make it there first. Smoke goes up, but he could get ahead of it. He knows that he's got less there. He's going to respect that smoke and sit behind it, but not hearing anything on the cross. Going to hear the outro now, going on through. It's going to be DRX going on in. They have the players there. Here comes that bloodbath, though. Marco might want to shut that door. He can't keep him out for now, but the rifles can. Zest going to find less, and now they've got the sight. Up towards Heavens 1, 2 towards short. It's a 3v4, and the plant's going to go down. Yes, Stax is low, but does that even matter now? Buzz still standing. Sadak taking a step forward. Looking for the first couple of victims to find. He's got to step towards the site. That's big. Oh, still waits. Great shot from Sadak. Looks towards Hell, no swing. Spots out Zest. Look towards the site. Finds Buzz. This is still very doable. Louder holding on, but it's RB, the final boss from DRX. He has been a god for this squad, and he might just be again. Oh, he's still got the turret. Tui's is screwed, and I think he knows it. Pops down the smoke. He's toying with it. Oh, 3 bullets. It's all he needed. 3 bullets to seal it. DRX